Hello! Happy Wednesday, everyone! Hope you're having a good week so far. Let me see. Hello, Rising. Congrats on first. Hello, Choop. Hello, Trace. Hello, On. Hello, Flufo. Oh, thank you for the 2-month sub, Flufo. I appreciate it. Spooky gulp. How would I even make an emote like that? I want one. And also, hello, Irom. We're all doing good today. And hello, Austin. Hi. Hello. I'm feeling kind of warm, even though I was freezing the entire day. But now I'm warm. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was running around the apartment before switching the scene. Something like this. I do want to get an emote like that, but I wouldn't really say that's a gulp. It has like the same vibe though, I suppose. It's similar. Hello, Panis. Hope you're doing good today. Kala's emote has gulp vibes. It gives off the similar vibes for sure. But yeah. I finished the empty box in Zeroth Maria yesterday? Was it yesterday? I think so. I actually forgot. I think I finished it yesterday. And then I read the first volume of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint today. And I wanted to start the second one, but I felt kind of unmotivated to read that one. I like it. I like the first volume, but I didn't like it enough to want to eagerly start the second one already. It's out of my comfort zone, kind of. I'm personally a fan of the side eye. It's fun. I should get one like that. Maybe soon. Aura V is good, though it's a slow start. Maybe it's because of that, but I haven't felt super compelled to keep reading it. Maybe it's because it's a slow start. I'll have to see. I'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, but since I have the 2 volumes, I figured I might as well just read them since I already had read half of the first volume a couple of months ago. And I was like, oh, maybe I should like finish it. And then I did. And then instead of reading the second one, which I could have done in a couple of hours, I decided to play 100 Line. And that was very fun. I had a really good time. I was laughing a lot, and I was like, damn, I should play this game more often. 100 Line always makes me very happy. It's very, very funny. I love the way that Kodaka writes his characters. Very good. Honestly, I like the author's other work, The World After the Fall, better. It's shorter too. I haven't heard of that one. I'm gonna write it down and check it out. Let me see. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm gonna look it up later. 100 Line is the world's longest game. It's so true though. I only finished Route 0 and I'm still on my first like proper route after that, and I am still only on day 40, even though I've put quite a few hours into it. And while I was playing earlier today, I skipped like one of the exploration things, thinking that, okay, I can skip it, I can save time, but I can also like collect materials. But no, it doesn't auto-collect any materials for you, so you have to play it yourself after all. And I was a little bit disappointed by that, but then I ended up playing the other exploration missions the game threw at me, and I was like, okay, at least I can gather some materials manually. I really enjoy Eto Where You're At. Yeah, it was really funny. It just came out of nowhere. I don't want to say too much, but it was really funny. It was really good. I don't know if this is one of those routes that goes like all the way to day 100 or close to it, but it feels like it. It feels like it's gonna be a really long one. And I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be really fun. So far, nothing extremely tragic has happened. Only like one slightly tragic thing, but it's okay. I look forward to playing it more, and hopefully after I finish this route, I can play a few that are shorter if I can figure out which ones those would be. We'll see. We'll see. But I did think that after finishing Route 0, maybe it's a good idea that I didn't play it on stream, because it gets kind of tedious, like the battles and everything. And I feel like having to do them on stream would have kind of taken the joy out of it, while I get to still enjoy the battles if I just play them by myself. and I can take a break in the middle of the battle when I'm sick of trying to defeat the waves after 20 minutes. But yeah. In small bursts, yeah, I haven't played it in months, but I do want to play it more regularly now. It's kind of like, I'm gonna read some books before going to bed so I can feel sleepy and whatnot, and then I'm probably gonna just play 100 line during the day so I can progress a little bit. It's a visual novel after all, it's still reading. I don't know, I've been enjoying reading more than anything lately. So, it's a good game for me to get into. I was also thinking about just doing Hollow Knight P5 in my off time, but I felt more like reading instead of trying to familiarize myself with the Hollow Knight combat again. Hello, Ranked Hyperion. Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, I hope everyone's been having a good week so far. It's been a pretty good week for me. I don't know, it feels like Dokomi is so close. And I'm looking forward to it. And it's been on my mind pretty much every day, and I'm like, oh, I have to prepare so many things for it still. It's not that much longer. Almost 2 months from now. So close. Yeah, that's it. I'm very excited for it. Anyway, it's Higurashi time. I don't wanna yap for too long. Because I think I have to visit the dentist again because my teeth still hurt when I talk. They're way too sensitive to cold and my own breath, so it's been really painful. I don't want to waste the resilience that I have by talking about unimportant things. We gotta get to serious business. It's Higurashi time after all. And let me... which one? This one? Yeah. Hope you can get it sorted out. I hope so too. I don't know what it is. He recommended that I try like different toothpastes, ones that are made for sensitive teeth. Even though he says that my teeth look really good and there's no issue with them, I guess I just have like the most sensitive teeth on planet Earth, and my own cold breath is enough to set off a really, really huge amount of pain. I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out. I'm supposed to come in again if it persists after 2 weeks, so if it's still painful next week, I'll be going back to the dentist, and hopefully we can figure something out. Because I have a pain-numbing toothpaste, and not even that is helping. It doesn't help that much. I think they like sealed the teeth canals. I don't know how to say it in English, and it helped for like 1 day, and then it started hurting again, unfortunately. Need to register for a primary dentist and start getting regular appointments. That's pretty important, you know. You should go to your dentist at the very least once a year, if not twice a year, and get your teeth properly cleaned. It's very important. Very, very important. Hopefully tooth hurty time stops soon. I hope so too. My parents really drilled the whole, like, take care of your teeth into me when I was younger, so I'm very, very careful with that. They are important. I want to be able to eat food when I'm older and not have to slurp soup every living, breathing moment of my life. Oh yeah, I remember seeing Amadas's message in the Discord server saying that we could finish it this week. I didn't want to crush their hopes, but I'm definitely not thinking that we can finish it this week. We didn't even finish chapter 10 last time, and I think there should be around 14 chapters, so there's 4 more, and that would be at least 4 more streams, but I'm not able to finish 1 chapter in a stream usually, so I'm guessing we'll take at least 2 more weeks, if not more, because I can't stream every single week, twice a week for Higurashi. I might have to even skip a week or 2. We'll have to see. I can't believe Amadas did this. I can't believe it. 1 more month confirmed. I mean, I did say April. I think by the end of April we might be done with Higurashi. Finally. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me load this. Oh, Okonogi jump scare. Do you even hear the game? It doesn't have audio, does it? Oh, is it because of the issue that I had? Hold on, with my wavelength thing. Let me see. I have to restart the game probably. I changed it now. Hold on. At least we can listen to the intro. No, we won't actually, because my VODs get muted if I do that. Now you have audio. Look at that. I didn't even realize that you didn't have the cicadas singing in your ears this whole time. I was just talking into the void. And then we trick Spooky into playing all the Fate VNs. I should play them. And then straight into Umineko, back to Ryukishi Mines. No! I have to take a break after. I need to play some shorter games, maybe some RPG Maker horror games. I need to play something that doesn't take up over a year. Please, I'm begging. Free me! Yeah, I might make a poll if people even want me to stream these games or if they want me to just upload videos to YouTube. It's kind of funny because whenever I upload a YouTube video, one of my VODs, I see the other VODs, and the only ones that always have people regularly watching them are the Higurashi VODs. I think that's like the only thing people really watch on my YouTube VOD collection, yeah. It's kind of funny. What are the Fate VNs? Fate Stay Night. Hollow Atar... What? I have never heard of that one. Yeah, okay, let me adjust the game volume real quick. That should be fine. And okay, let me think what happened last time. I'm trying to recap it for my own brain. They were trying to escape through the Sonozaki basement and the well tunnels, whatever. And they almost made it out, but then Shion and what's his name? I always forget. How can I forget? Kasai stayed behind to shoot the mountain dogs that were chasing them. And they didn't stand a chance. Unfortunately, they were taken out, but they didn't die, apparently. And then they threatened their lives, and then they sent Rika up, and she believes in the power of friendship enough that she thinks that she can escape them, even though she just got captured by them. I think that's what happened last time. And now they just have Rika, and we'll have to see how it goes. Have we ever been looking for you, Rika-san? You're such an important person, so you can't just disappear like that, you know? That's against the rules. Me. I knew she was gonna say that. Rika-san, we'll take you back to the clinic. Everyone else is free to go. The assault unit that let Rika away headed back into the basement. They were about to break the rules too. No way. You aren't going to keep that promise, are you? A promise? What are you talking about? This asshole! They're gonna go back in there and they're gonna kill the kids! Whoa there. We don't want you to bite your tongue. Hey! As Rika tried to run, Okonogi grabbed her fragile arm. She fought back, but her resistance meant nothing against him. One of the mountain dogs took out a syringe from a case. It shouldn't kill her, but it would probably put Rika to sleep. Takano, after all, didn't need a chatty Rika. She just needed a live queen carrier. If Rika got that shot, that will mean the end of this world. Before Rika could scream, the other dog covered her mouth. No! This cannot be happening!
さっさと注射しろい。
Hurry up and give her the shot. The dog with the syringe drew closer to Rika's arm. Rika was being grabbed from behind and her mouth was covered. There was no way for her to fight. I believe. Even if I'm asleep, I believe. Rika kept repeating that in her mind. She believed that someone would wake her up, and that the first thing she'd see when she opened her eyes would be her beloved friends. I'm sure they won't get killed this time around. It's fine. It happened all of a sudden. I'm waiting for the train to arrive. I think he just arrived. The man with the syringe spun twice in the air and dropped to the ground. Nobody, including Okonogi, could understand the sudden phenomenon. It defied the very laws of physics. Rika couldn't understand either. The man who was holding Rika from behind spoke up.
間に合った。
Oh, hell yeah, it's Akasaka! I made it. His voice had such a heavy feeling imbued in it.
数えきれない世界で後悔した。
Oh, and it's the soundtrack! You destructive. Oh my god, it's gonna be a banger. Exactly on schedule. It's not Deutsche Bahn. It arrives in time. Or a locomotive. I regretted it in countless
いつ
worlds.
も気づく時には手遅れだった。
Whenever I realized it, it was too late.
お前誰だ？
Who are you? The others took a few steps back away from Rika and the man holding her. There are many units within the Mountain Dogs, so often its members don't remember each other's faces. There were just too many units, so nobody really paid attention. All of the Mountain Dogs were more or less well built. But this man had an excellent physique. Even Okonogi noticed that he'd never seen anyone like that in one of his units before. Rather, he actually wanted to recruit him. But...
私がずっと
This is what I've been
一番伝えたかった言葉を言うよ。
longing to tell you all this time.
リカちゃん、君を
I came
助けに来た。
to help you! The hands that were holding Rika left her shoulders. I can't believe I stopped before we got to this. Oh my god. They left ever so gently.
やろう！
Damn you! And as soon as they did, they transformed into a pair of furious fists, which implanted themselves in the faces of the men attacking him from behind. They flew through the air. Akasaka hit those two without even turning around. 5 members of the Mountain Dogs surrounded Akasaka. However, he didn't even see them. He could only feel the deep emotion of finally being able to do what he had been longing to. And the 5 of them sensed it. That maybe, just maybe, he didn't even care that they were there.
何をぼさっとしてる？
Only recruitment Okonogi's gonna be doing is in hell. I hope so. This guy deserves to die. I made myself for giggling at the I came text on screen. It's okay, I get it. It was kind of funny. Hello Dip, hope you're doing good today. What are you just doing standing there?
制圧しろ！
Get him! Onokonoki signaled the 5 Mountain Dogs bore down on Akasaka.
リカちゃんは伏せて。
Rika-chan, stay low. Okay. Rika dropped to the ground, and Akasaka was left standing. Pew pew! Akasaka, who came back to keep a promise he made with a girl 5 years ago. But his promise was worth more than 5 years. Rika knew that. Akasaka probably understood it too. The promise went back 100 years. For 100 years, he regretted not being able to save her from the conspiracy. He believed that one day there would be a miracle, and he could travel back to this day. That was why he continued to train himself. His strong will and Rika's wish made that miracle happen. That one and only miracle allowed Akasaka to be here in Hinamizawa in June of 1983. Oh my god! That sprite is so funny! Wait, does he have a special sprite in the other art styles too? Man, that's so boring. Imagine not playing with the OG art style. Look at that. This is sick. Okonogi and his weird hand in his pocket. He looks so funny. Hello, Ayo. Hope you're doing good today. This is incredible. This is awesome. The first one went down in the time it took Okonogi to blink. Lowering himself to grapple Akasaka had proven fatal. He wasn't so soft as to let such perfect openings go by. Akasaka's hand smashed into the back of the man's head. His blow was powerful enough to smash a pillar of ice or shatter a mountain of tiles. As it happened, Akasaka was holding back a little, so that his target wasn't too injured. Akasaka goes all out. From the very first shot. That's why he needs only one shot. He's unrelenting. I don't know who said that, but oh my god, he's going crazy. The OG art is definitely superior since it was the only one to give him a fighting stance. Yeah! I have no idea. I don't recognize that voice. I don't know who was narrating that. It's Higurashi himself. I don't know. Akasaka's well-trained fists continued to knock down the mountain dogs, one member for every time Okonogi blinked. One hit per opponent was all Akasaka needed. This was the true essence of karate. Akasaka's colleagues praised and feared his power. His power is like armor-piercing ammunition. Weapons were useless against him. No matter how hard his victim tried to protect himself, it meant nothing to Akasaka. But he was too strong for the mountain dogs to even understand that. It was as if he was a giant they had to crane their necks up to see. Akasaka didn't even give them time to think. Someone from the mountain dogs must have called for backup. About a dozen more members had arrived. Don't worry. Rika-chan.
私がここにいる限り君には指一本触れさせない
As long as I'm here, I won't let them touch you. What is going on? I'll draw some pictures while I wait then. He's so epic. He's so cool. Surrender Okonogi limb. Sunder Okonogi limb from limb? What? That's gross. Don't do that. Just kill him. That's way better. As Rika stayed low to the ground, she picked up a stick and started to carve into the dirt. That made Okonogi even angrier, but he calmed himself down. Then, the warrior's intuition resting on Okonogi's blood came to a realization. Numbers didn't matter. Even the full force of the mountain dogs wouldn't be able to defeat this monster. All the combat units were still down in the basement. There was no way they could take him. I hope they don't have guns.
ってことはよ、戦闘職の俺しか勝負にならねえってことじゃねえか。
Okay, I guess I have to take you down, huh?
それに、お前の顔、思い出したぜ。
By the way, I remember you now.
こいつは懐かしい顔だ。
Your face brings back memories.
たくましくなったじゃねえか。
Boy, you've sure grown, huh?
貴様、まさか。
You... It can't be. It can be.
標準語じゃ思い出せねえか。
You don't recognize me.
なら鉛で話してやるぜ。
It sure has been a while, huh?
つったら懐かしか。
You've grown a hell of a lot.
あん時の青二歳がよくもここまで立派になったもんよ。
Good to see you again. It had been 5 years. This was the man Akasaka fought when he was investigating the kidnapping of the minister's grandson. Akasaka had still been inexperienced then.
あん時は手加減せん指示だった。
I was ordered to go easy on you, so I held back. Did he hold back? You remember when Akasaka just got plain shot? I don't know. I don't know if that's holding back to him. Hello, Amadis. You didn't miss much, but what you missed was quite epic. Thank you for the 14 months, Amadis. I appreciate it. Akasaka showed up, and he's beating all the mountain dogs, and it was pretty awesome. It was very epic. He's beating their asses so hard.
だがな、今日はそういうわけにはいかんね。
But I won't hold back today.
あの樽男も助けに来ねえぞ。
And that fat guy won't come to help you either. Or Oishi.
しかし、この5年でだいぶ鍛えよったんだ。
Still, you sure have improved a lot in the past 5 years, huh?
俺は嬉しいんで。
I'm happy.
俺はこういうのを期待しとった。この5年間な。
Hoping for something like this for 5 long years.
お前ら手を出すな。 俺の獲物だ。
The rest of you, you stay out of this. He's mine. Okanogi took off all his equipment and threw it on the ground. He loosened one button and then positioned himself. Seeing that, Akasaka realized he was somewhat capable and narrowed his eyes in vigilance. Okanogi took that as an insult, that Akasaka only thought he was somewhat capable. His behavior was telling Okanogi that he viewed him on the same level as the other small fry. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say, you missed the epic Akasaka fighting stance, but you get to see it again. Look at that! He's a secret agent commando dude. Yup. Akasaka first moved to take up his stance and avoid getting Rika involved. Akasaka hadn't even moved one bit until just then. Okanogi could easily see that Akasaka was extremely strong, but at the same time, he thought he would be fairly simple to take down. Karate may be a martial art, but nowadays, it was just a sport. The army combat Okanogi trained in was completely different. Obviously, Akasaka had studied a lot, but it's just child's play. All he learned were routine moves and forms. Besides, karate moves are fairly straightforward. Okanogi was confident that he could fight any karate pro and win. Okanogi started leaning onto his toes and using his meticulous footwork. In contrast, Akasaka still hadn't moved from his back stance. Akasaka was acting as if Okanogi's footwork was simply a trick, which infuriated Okanogi. Okanogi moved fiercely and nimbly, in a manner completely different from how Akasaka was moving earlier. Akasaka remained calm, but Okanogi saw it differently. He can't reach to my movement, so he's prepared to take damage in order to deal more. That was a scream, hell yeah! Hello Derek, hope you're doing good. Thank you for the hydrate. Akasaka couldn't defend himself from Okanogi's quick jab, and it connected with his face. It was a quick but light attack. Its purpose was to distract Akasaka and create an opening for Okanogi. Okanogi knew that Akasaka would use his arms to guard his face instinctively. Okanogi's real purpose was to attack his abdomen, which would then be unguarded. Of course, Akasaka didn't have enough time to guard himself. It took more than just good kinetic vision to prevent his attack. Only Okanogi, who trained for many years, had perfected the speed of that technique. Normal people would struggle helplessly while vomiting if they were to experience Okanogi's kick. It would even rupture internal organs. So it was pretty amazing that Akasaka was still on his feet. Why is he laughing like that?
どうした空手や。
What's the matter, Mr. Karate?
相手も同じ流派じゃないと戦えないってのか。
Can't you fight back?
軽い。
Too light.
何？
What? Akasaka mumbled something, but Okanogi couldn't hear. Actually, he did hear it, but Okanogi never imagined he could say such a thing in this situation, so he couldn't hear it. He couldn't comprehend it.
軽い。
Too light.
なんだと。
What did you just say?
貴様の一撃は相手を打ち倒すことしか考えていない。
Your attack is only meant to defeat your
だ
opponent.
から重さが宿らない。
That's why there's no weight to it.
は？ふん、何をバカなこと言ってやがる。
Huh? What are you talking about?
空手は心を養う。
Karate nourishes you spiritually.
人を打つということは自らも打たれることを知るということだ。
To attack others, you have to learn to be attacked.
自らの一撃が相手に何を及ぼすか、
When one
どれだけ
learns
の痛みや悲しみを与えるかを知ったとき、
how much pain and grief their own blows deal to others,
人は打つ意味と打たれる意味を知るのだ。
they finally understand the meaning of striking another and being
だ
struck.
からそれに至らない貴様の一撃には重みが宿らない。
You aren't even close to that level, and that's why your attack has no weight to it.
それは俺が未熟だということか。
He's so bird-like. Kind of. He just looks very evil. I don't know why. I'm with Okanogi on this one. What is he talking about? I don't know. Are you saying that I'm still immature? Okanogi attacked Akasaka again, but this time Akasaka was different. Akasaka blocked Okanogi's fists and legs. Of course, Okanogi was still the only one attacking, but Akasaka had started to become much more aggressive. Now, as Okonogi attacked, his hands and legs were being injured. Okonogi instinctively sensed that he was in trouble. He thought Akasaka was just a police officer, but his movements were too dangerous. He was merciless, he was dangerous, so Akasaka's training and experience must far surpass Okonogi's. Wait, that dynamic heel kick isn't karate, is it? Akasaka's heel kick missed Okonogi's head by a millimeter.
てめえ空手以外にもやってやがるな
Are you saying birds look evil? Sometimes I do wonder about that spooky lady a bit. Do I look evil to you? I am evil. There's a scene in Matrix that looks just like this. Can you believe that I never watched Matrix? My philosophy teacher in high school actually wanted to watch the movie with us, but we never ended up watching it, and then he just spoiled us on the ending. But I don't remember it anymore. Maybe I should watch it at some point. Hello, Fita. Hope you're doing good today. You do something other than karate, don't you?
いいや
No,
私は空手しかやっていない
I only do karate.
嘘つくんじゃね
Don't lie.
えさっきから明らかに空手じゃ見たことねえ技が目立つぞ
Some of the moves you're doing aren't karate at all. Okonogi was starting to become impatient. The reason Okonogi ridiculed martial arts as a sport was because they were all hard-headed and only used set moves. This is how you strike in karate. This is how you punch in boxing. This is how you throw in judo. It's easy to learn, and that's why it's easy to win. But Akasaka was different. He said that he only did karate, and he must have spent unthinkable hours training. Yet he was flexible enough not to be confined only by formatted moves. That was understanding at a spiritual level. The spirit of martial arts isn't just form. One simply learns forms to reach that spiritual level. Therefore, for one has reached it, there are no forms. What Akasaka had was a philosophical spirit.
貴様の未熟さには落胆した
I love how narrow his eyes get, and the nose gets so pointy. It's lovely. I like how for the briefest moment you flashed the evilest looking grin. Spooky's evil confirmed. It all makes sense now. The name, everything. I'm disappointed in you.
くそー
Shit. Akasaka stepped away from his original spot for the first time. He moved forward. He filled the space between Okonogi and himself with his inescapable conviction. As Akasaka walked closer to Okonogi, Akasaka's assault radius tried to swallow him whole. To be within that radius meant death. Okonogi walked backwards to avoid being hit in that radius. That was as the result of his clear-headed judgment. Not because he was scared.
人を打つ意味のわからない貴様に本当の重さというものを教えてやる
You don't even know the meaning of an attack. I'll teach you just how significant it can be. As Okonogi moved backwards, his back hit the van he came in earlier. He was cornered. Having your back to a wall didn't mean you were at a disadvantage, but the more it was pressed against a wall, a further disadvantage it became. If Okonogi let Akasaka come any closer, Okonogi wouldn't even be able to take a combat stance. Okonogi decided it immediately. The last chance he had was the moment before Akasaka took his next step. Akasaka's foot left the ground. He was taking another step. Now!
くたばりやがれ
Go to hell! No tricks, no feints. Okonogi lowered himself and attacked with everything he had. The attack was powerful enough to break Akasaka's ribcage and rupture his heart. I'm a professional, Okonogi told himself. I can't be defeated by this amateur.
俺が山犬のおこのぎだ
I'm Okonogi of the Mountain
そりゃよか
Dogs!
ったな
Good for you.
給料いくらだ
So, how much did you get paid, huh? They're so silly. Akasaka is clearly from Hokuto no Ken? I don't know that one. So cool. They are. They're so cool and epic. Well, Akasaka mostly, but you know, the whole scene is. At that moment, Akasaka's eyes opened wide. Oh my god. All the mountain dogs heard a noise. It wasn't the noise of people fighting. It was the noise of a traffic accident. the train crashed into the van. Okunogi's blow missed by a slight amount, and Akasaka's fists struck inches away from Okunogi's face. There was a dent in the sliding door of the van. The windows on both sides had shattered, and it looked like the van was in an accident. Was it even possible for a human fist to do this? Time resumed its flow, and Okunogi knelt down, falling to the ground. Akasaka didn't miss on purpose. Akasaka couldn't control his fist because he put everything into one blow. Okunogi should thank Akasaka. If Akasaka had been able to control his attack better, Okunogi's face would have ended up like the van. However, although it didn't hit Okunogi's face, it shattered his spirit.
Akasaka! Pachi, 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 pachi!
It's such a serious situation, and then you just have Rika in the background going, "Yay! Meep! Nipa!" Some idiot left his car on the train tracks again. I can't believe it. It's the one where the "omae wa mou shinderu" meme came from. Ah, I know the meme. I never knew where it came from. Good to know. Good job, Akasaka. Punch, punch, punch. Rika applauded. But in this situation, it didn't sound like applause. It almost sounded like Akasaka's fighting spirit was popping like firecrackers. Akasaka pulled back his fist, turned around calmly, and then spoke.
次だ。
Who's next? Break his face, Akasaka, yay!
面倒だから一度に来い。
I don't want to waste time, so why don't you come at me all at once? They knew. Everyone knew. That there was no way to defeat Akasaka with their bare hands. They realized they needed weapons. They also needed more people. There should be a better equipped unit in the basement. All of a sudden, things began to move quickly. The remaining mountain dogs emerged from the basement. Well, they have guns. Okay, but they're not going to use them, that's good. You're not permitted to fire on the surface. I repeat, do not fire on the surface. Phoenix 1, give us permission to collect R and retreat immediately. But the mountain dogs who just witnessed Akasaka's battle against Okunogi realized it was time for them to run. They didn't even care about Rika. Who would even think of taking Rika from him after seeing what Akasaka was capable of doing? When Okunogi regained his awareness, he jumped into a van with the mountain dogs as it drove away. Since Okunogi took off his intercom device to fight with Akasaka, he had no idea what had transpired in the basement. After the mountain dogs broke their promise with Rika, they were supposed to round up the remaining club members. But when Akasaka showed up, the dogs had to be divided into a ground force and a basement force, which altered the situation. Kasai had gone on a counterattack, and the other club members somehow climbed up from the well and helped him. Oh, hell yeah! Since the mountain dogs weren't allowed to fire on the surface, they realized it would make the situation worse if Kasai fired his guns once he came up after them. Okunogi was unreachable, so Nightingale 1 had ordered the retreat in his place. Who would bear the responsibility for this? It was probably Okunogi's fault for taking off his intercom device to fight against Akasaka, as he basically abandoned his job as a commander. But everything happened in the first place because Akasaka showed up, so maybe it was his triumph rather than Okunogi's blunder. Either way, everything was miraculous. But the mountain dogs hadn't run with their tails between their legs. They had simply retreated for the moment. When they returned, they would have enough men and enough arms ready to kill all who stand in their way. And that would happen very soon. There was no time to waste.
Rika!
Okunogi needs about 6 or 7 mountain dogs for Akasaka, I think. Shaking my head at you. Hello, Zero. Welcome in.
無事でよかったのです。
Rika, I'm glad you're safe.
なんとかね。
Yeah, I am.
奇跡のおかげで。
Thanks to a miracle.
奇跡じゃありませんです。
No, it wasn't a
み
miracle.
んなで力を合わせたから、その中の一人の赤坂が助けに来てくれただけのことなのですよ。
You worked together and one of us, Akasaka, came to help you. That's all.
そうね。
I love that smirk that she has. I'm doing good, thank you. I always feel very happy getting to play this game. That's
こ
true.
の程度で奇跡じゃもったいないわね。
Something like this can't be called a miracle.
さあ、今度はこっちが打って出る番なのです。
Okay, now it's our turn to attack. In the basement, the club members were talking about their grand counterattack. Rika was a little disappointed that she couldn't have joined them, but she was happy that Akasaka told her what she had been waiting to hear. Rika told them about how heroic he had been, and he got a little embarrassed. Kasai was doing alright, but Shion wasn't doing too well. Of course, it wasn't life-threatening, but she couldn't hear well in her left ear, possibly due to being so close to an explosion. To test her hearing, Mian went around Shion's left side and whispered some dirty words. She seemed to be able to hear them fairly well. That's insane. Of course she would do that. Happy seeing them suffer? Yeah, we saw Okunogi get beat up to a pulp, almost, kind of, sort of. Of course, she might have been hearing through her right ear, though. Shion decided to lie down on the tatami mattress in the torture room while Irie kept an eye on her. Mian was very worried about Shion, but Shion told her that she was okay and forced her to go ahead with the next operation. Mian complained that Shion didn't understand her feelings. Now, they would have to come up with an idea to rescue Tomitaka from the clinic. They had Akasaka and Kasai on their side, both of whom were used to the battles. Also, they had Irie, who knew about the secret basement of the clinic. They would have to get moving quickly, but they had to at least have a plan. It was almost 10:30 a.m. I can't say numbers anymore. Because of what they had gone through, they were exhausted, and it felt like it was almost evening. But if they were at school, it would only be the second or third period. They had to pull themselves together. They had to regain their fighting spirit. Irie checked Chion's left ear with a penlight.
耳鼻科の先生でないとわかりませんが、
No!
運が悪ければ鼓膜が破れている可能性もあります。
I'm not a specialist, but your eardrum may have been
頭
damaged.
痛やめまいはありますか？
Do you have a headache or feel dizzy at all?
いいえ、
No.
全然へっちゃらです。
I'll be just fine. Irie wet his handkerchief and wiped Chion's face gently. I hope she
驚いてます？
doesn't have like permanent damage from this. Hello, mysterious emblem. Hope you're doing good today. Are you surprised
ひなみざわファイターズのマネージャーに銃撃戦ができて。
that the manager of the Hinamizawa fighters was in a gunfight? I
え
mean,
え、驚いています。
yeah, I
あ
am.
なたが死ぬ気だったとは。
I heard you were ready to give up your own life.
前原さんに聞きましたよ。
Maibara-san told
う
me.
わ、
Jeez.
ああいう言葉ってその場ではかっこいいけど、生き残っちゃうとめちゃくちゃ恥ずかしいですね。やだな。
Things like that sound cool in the moment, but when you survive, they're pretty embarrassing, huh? If something happens to you and I live, my sister will never forgive me for that. I don't have my loved one anymore, but sis does.
茶化しっこなしです。
I don't mean to
あな
tease
たの
you,
思い人というのはサトシ君のことですね。
but you're talking about Satoshi-kun, aren't you?
さあ、どうでしょうね。
Well, I don't know.
今頃どこにいるやら。
Who knows where he could
生
be?
きてるのか死んでるのかもわかりませんけど。
I don't even know if he's alive or dead. Well, Irie should know.
生きています。
He's alive? Oh my god.
Eh?
Is that why they never showed what happened to him? Because he's alive? Is he in the basement? Xian's thoughts stopped in the tracks when Irie answered
北
immediately.
条サトシ君は
Oh my
生きてい
god.
ます。
Satoshi Hojo-kun is
彼は
alive.
去年のあの日、不幸な振動がたたり、末期の発症を迎えてしまったんです。
He developed terminal symptoms due to the excessive stress last year. Mian and the other club members had already told Xion about the current situation, so she kind of understood what he meant.
私はサトコちゃんと同じ薬で治療できると思いました。
I'm doing well, that's great. He was alive the whole time? I guess so. I don't know how. I'm guessing they're keeping him restrained or something? I don't know. Maybe the drug didn't work on him, but he's like still down in the basement? Who knows? I'm so happy. Irie gets massive points for this. Yeah. He's bearable again. He's okay. I thought I could treat him with the same drug I used on
ですが
Satoko-chan.
サトコちゃんが治療できたのは極めて幸運なケースだったようで、サトシ君の治療は困難を極めました。
But Satoko-chan was one of the very rare and lucky cases. Satoshi-kun's treatment has been very
そ
difficult.
してその治療は今も続いているのです。
It's still going on.
サトシ君生きてるの？
Satoshi-kun, he is still alive.
今まで話せなくてすみません。
I'm sorry for not telling you this until now.
サトシ君は四角角にいます。
Oh my god! Satoshi-kun is in the basement of the clinic. I'm so happy right now. Shion and Irie returned to the torture room. From the torture room. Shion looked very serious, as if she had gained the determination to fight. Imagine if she had died. That would have been so sad. And she would have never been able to reunite with him. Keiichi and the others were just talking about how the enemy found where they were.
入江先生の着衣に発信機か何かがつけられていることは考えられませんか？
Finally. Do you think there might be some kind of device on Dr. Irie's clothes?
先生の私服ではなく、診療所で持たされるものや着せられるものにです。
Not his personal clothes, but something the clinic provides.
だとするとこの白衣くらいですが。
Do you mean my coat?
監督、ちょっとボディチェックします。
Excuse me, let me check. Shion checked Irie over like an inspector at an airport. Then she found a little button on the backside of his collar. It was a little round button. There was no reason why a button like this would be on the back of the collar.
こいつが発信機でしょう。
This is probably it.
連中はこいつを信頼してるから、直接尾行しなくてもここを突き止められたんです。
This is how they found us without following the car.
やられたわ。
Damn it.
となりゃ、このボタンがある限り、陽動作戦が可能になるってことだね。
But as long as we have this button, it's possible for us to create a diversion, right?
ボタンを持ったおとり隊が敵をおびき寄せ、その隙に手薄の診療所を襲い、富武さんを助け出す。
I don't think Akasaka had anything on him. He was on the run from a few people, but they never got close to him. A decoy unit with this button can lure the enemy away, and while the clinic is short on staff, we attack and rescue
それ
Tomitaka-san.
が最善でしょう。
I think that's the best way. Oh, Satoko will be so happy!
となればそのおとり隊が陽動するには私の裏山が一番でございますわね。
In that case, the decoy unit should bring our foes to my hills.
そうだな。あそこなら敵を引っ張り回せるぜ。
Yeah, that area would be
し
perfect.
かもあれだけの山だからな。
It's pretty vast,
敵も相当の手勢を集めるだろう。
so the enemy will have to bring lots of
その
men,
分診療所がガラ空きになる。
rendering the clinic practically empty.
読み切れないのはどの程度敵が診療所に残るかだ。
But we'll have no way of knowing how many will stay behind at the clinic.
診療所には敵にとっても重要な富武氏がいる。
Mr. Tomitake is there,
相応の守備を残すだろう。
so they'll probably leave an appropriate number of men to guard him.
となれば富武より美味しい餌をおとりと一緒にするのがいいのです。
In that case, we should add something they want more than Tomitake to the decoy
大丈夫で
unit.
すか、リカ？
Are you sure, Rika?
はいです。みんなと一緒で貞子の裏山なら絶対に捕まりませんです。
Yes, as long as I'm with everyone else in Satoko's hills, I won't be caught.
裏山に精通してるのは、この中では部活メンバーだけだね。
Only we club members know the the hill well
お
enough.
とりは部活メンバーが引き受けるといいかもしれない。
So maybe it's a good idea to use us as the decoy unit.
そうだね。
Yeah, that works.
その間に大人部隊は診療所を奇襲。
So the adult unit will attack the clinic while the decoy unit lures the enemy away.
翔さんは大丈夫？
What's the chance of success?
赤坂さんのおめこぼしがあれば、
As long as Akasaka-san pretends not to see
警
anything.
察の方と聞いておりますので、
Since I heard you're a policeman. Kasai spoke while loading his shotgun. What the
今
hell?
はオフですので。
I'm off duty now. Akasaka replied while checking an automatic pistol. He hadn't used this particular gun before, but he was used to handling guns. He was prepared to fire too. Irie tried to memorize how to remove the safety, but he looked nervous.
赤坂さんは機関銃の経験は？
Have you ever used a machine gun before?
ありません。 拳銃だけです。
No, I've only ever used handguns.
では慣れたものがよろしいでしょう。
Then maybe you should get used to it.
弾倉は十分に。
Make sure you have a full magazine at all times.
弾詰まりに備え、同じ銃をもう一丁。
And have another gun just in case the magazine gets stuck.
葛西さんはこれは
お
ショットガンですか？
Kasai-san, is that a shotgun?
奇数発目はスラッグ弾です。
The odd number shots are slug
面
bullets.
制圧も壁抜きもできます。
They can suppress enemies as well as destroy walls.
おお、散弾銃の立つって通り名は聞いてたけど、本当にショットガン使いなんですね。
Wow, I know people call you shotgun Tatsu, but you really are a shotgun expert, huh?
散弾銃は恐ろしい武器です。
It's kind of cute that he has a special nickname, even though it's concerning. Shotguns are very
で
deadly.
すから相手に当てずとも降伏させることもできます。
Therefore, even without firing a shot, my opponents may
あと
surrender.
皆さん、防弾ベストがありますので着てください。
By the way, I have some bulletproof vests. You should wear them. Kasai sounded very dependable, but at the same time, he reminded everyone that that this operation would be a very dangerous one. It wasn't a simple fistfight. Even a veteran soldier can die in a gun battle. There is always a chance of death, regardless of how well trained you are. In fact, Kasai and Akasaka were the only people who could be depended upon. Kasai talked Irie out of carrying a gun because it might be dangerous for him to have one. Someone could get injured by friendly fire. Yeah, probably for the best. He couldn't even get out of the clinic properly. Mion suggested that maybe there should be more people on the team, but both Kasai and Akasaka refused because those who couldn't even handle guns at all might end up as dead weight.
なら、私が行くしかないですね。
Well, then I have to go, huh?
第一、火力が足りなさすぎです。
We lack
ファイヤ
firepower.
ーサポートに私がイングラムでも持ってきましょう。
I'll bring my ingram to support you. What's an ingram? I have to look that up. I'm looking it up, but nothing... Oh. Wait, is it this? It's a submachine gun. I see. Hello, Taika. I hope we're doing good today. Yeah, it's a submachine gun.
でもシオン、お前耳大丈夫なのかよ。
But are you okay, Shion? How's your ear?
もう治っちゃいました。
Oh, it's all better
ケロ
now.
ッとね。ご心配かけてすみませんでした。
I'm back to normal. Sorry to make you worry.
シオン、今私が何て言ったか聞いてた？
Shion, what did I just say?
嫌だな、聞こえてましたよ。
Of course I heard it. Mion had tricked her. Mion didn't say anything. Shion still couldn't hear out of her left ear.
シオン、危険だよ。
Shion, it's too
正
dangerous.
直に言って、おとりに混じるのも危険だと思ってる。
To be honest with you, you shouldn't even be in the decoy
シ
unit.
オンはどこかに身を隠してて。
You should just hide somewhere.
おねえ、聞いて。
She isn't gonna do that knowing that Satoshi is in the clinic basement. Sis, listen.
私、どうしても診療所に行かなければならない用事ができたの。
I now have a reason why I have to go to the clinic.
でも、それを今話したら、サトコまで来ると言い出す。
But if I mention it, Satoko is going to want to come too.
それはダメ。
But she just
こっ
can't.
ちは室内戦。向こうも撃ってくる。
There will be an indoor fight. The enemy will fire at us.
それって。
Do you mean... Mion sensed it. She sensed the reason why Shion had to go to the clinic. That was why she didn't say anything more. If she was in Shion's position, she would go even if neither of her ears could hear.
危険ですわよ、シオンさん。
It's too dangerous,
考
Shion-san.
え直してくださいまし。
Please think it over.
サトコ、シオンは救出隊に回る。サトコはおとり隊のエースなんだよ。
Satoko, Shion will join the rescue unit. The decoy unit is counting on
自分
you.
の仕事に専念して。
You concentrate on your job.
しーちゃん。レナさんならわかるよね。
You know, right, Rena-san?
私が死ぬ気じゃないってこともね。
You know I'm not planning to die.
わかってる。
Yeah, I
こう
do.
いう時の女の子ってね、絶対に死なないから。
Determined girls can never die.
ですよね。
That's right.
殺されたって死ぬもんか。
Even if they kill me, I won't die. Shion and Rena gave each other a high five.
決まったようですね。
Determined girls are forever. They are eternal. Okay, then it's decided.
では、もう動き始めましょうです。
Let's get moving.
C、ボタンをこっちで預かるです。
I'll take the button.
はいこれ。
Here you are.
頑張ってね、リカちゃま。
Good luck, Rika-chama.
C も頑張って。
You too, She.
C が強く強く信じてきた奇跡だから、今この瞬間に叶うのです。
You believed strongly in a miracle, and now it's going to
だ
happen.
からきっとこれは C のために神様が微笑んでくれたチャンスなのです。
Therefore, this is a chance that God has given you.
信じなかった日もあった気がする。
I think there were days that I didn't believe.
それを誰かに諭された日もあった気がする。
I think someone even admonished me for that.
信じ続けるって大変なことだよね。
It is difficult to keep believing, isn't it?
でもあなたは信じ続けました。
But you believed.
信じなかったことを悔い信じました。
You regretted not believing, so you believed.
だから訪れた今日をどうか大切に。
So please cherish this day.
今日を呼び寄せたあなたの強い意志の前に、目の前の苦難はもはや苦難ではない。
Your strong will brought about today, and you will no longer have to suffer what you've been suffering up until now.
あんた、お姉の新しい友達ですか？
Hey, are you my sister's new friend?
名前は知らないけど、ありがとう。
I don't know your name. Thank you.
うまくいきそうな気がします。
Yeah, I think it'll go well.
うまくいきますですよ。
Of course it'll go
お
well.
社様のお墨付きなのです。
Oyashiro-sama guarantees it. They're all so cute. I love them. Okay, perfect timing. There's an ad break coming up, so I'm gonna take a little break, and I will be right back. Hello, Blood. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. And let me adjust the volume again. And let's keep going. And thank you. Welcome back to Fita. The mountain dogs had retreated and reorganized their units. They were now ready to attack again. Takano was furious at them for not being able to bring R back to the clinic, even though they had her in their hands. She gave an order to capture her with all the mountain dogs as forces put together. Their vehicles were at the clinic, and they were all standing by for the order to attack. Takano wasn't the only one who was furious. Okunogi was as angry as her. That rookie policeman from 5 years ago had grown. He even made Okunogi yield. He couldn't accept that he was defeated, so he was bent on revenge. The reason why the order to attack was held off was because the signal from the transmission device on Irie was momentarily interrupted. They interpreted it to mean that Irie had gone even farther down into the basement. The mountain dogs assumed that the club members would even go further underground and try to escape by using some kind of secret passageway. That passageway couldn't be that long. They'd have to come up to the surface eventually. The mountain dogs were planning to catch them as soon as they surfaced. Also, hello, Lark Luna. Hi. Hope you're doing good today. The villagers were too busy with finishing setup for the festival, so they had no idea what was going on. By this time, the mountain dogs had shut down the telephone network. They were afraid of the club members that the club members would call the police. The only way into the town was being watched by the blockade unit, so the club members couldn't escape that way. R and her friends had to come up to the surface. They couldn't be thinking of staying underground until things settled down. Their lifeline, Tomitake, was in captivity. They couldn't be stupid enough to think that attacking the clinic to rescue him. More than likely, they would try to escape from the village on foot. They would probably call the police to help them. The patrol unit had several cars driving around the village, their eyes peeled for the signal of the transmitter or those on the run. It was time to wait patiently. The battle had returned to the starting point, and the balance of power was even again.
非割率より定時連絡
Scheduled report from Scholar
異常
2.
なし
All clear.
いつまでも息を潜められるわけはねえんだ。
They can't stay quiet for that
じれず
long.
に待て。絶対に出やがる。
We have to be patient. They'll turn up.
ところでうちのお姫様はどうした？
By the way, where's that princess?
富武2位に尋問中です
I believe she's interrogating First Lieutenant Tomitake.
どうやら説得を試みているようです
She's trying to talk him into joining our side.
こうなっちまったら、穏便に済ませるには監査役を抱き込むほかねえからな。
At this point, that may be the only way to settle matters peacefully.
生かして捕らえたのはでかかったぜ。
Good thing we captured him alive. Well, she also said that last time, and then she ended up killing him anyway, so who knows.
お姫様はいねえし、東京からの電話もねえ。
With the princess gone and no phone calls from Tokyo,
ようやく落ち着いて冷房を浴びられるってもんだな。
I can finally enjoy this cool air-conditioned breeze.
隊長東京から無線です
He jinxed it. Commander, there's a radio call from
野村
Tokyo.
さんからサンサー宛てでなく隊長宛てです
It's from Nomura-san, and it's for you, not for the
や
major.
れやれ。電話がダメなら無線かよ。
Good grief. If the phone's no good, they'll use a radio, huh?
さて、東京の女王様がこの後に及んで、俺に何のお話ですかね。
Well, I wonder what the queen in Tokyo wants from me
山
now.
犬のおこのぎです。
Okonogi of the mountain dogs
ど
here.
うぞ。
Over. Tomitaka was being held in a small meeting room. He was shoved under a desk. He was restrained so tightly that he couldn't even turn around. Takano was sitting in a chair next to the table, staring at a whiteboard. It outlined the research plan that was to be shut down. But Takano wasn't really reading it, she was just staring. Neither of them said a thing. Silence filled the meeting
も
room.
うすぐ11時ね。
It's almost 11 a.m.
本当に今日は長い日。
What a long day.
あんなにも早朝に起こされてから、まだ半日も経たないのね。
I was woken up so early and it's not even noon yet. Tomitaka didn't
次
reply.
郎さん、今からでも私に協力してはくださらない。
Jiro-san, do you think you can help me?
山犬なんかいらない。
I don't need the mountain
あ
dogs.
なたさえいてくれればいいわ。
I only want you.
山犬には私の心を慰めることなんかできない。
The mountain dogs can comfort
あ
me.
なたの一見無神経な心遣いでしか慰められないってこの数日で分かったわ。
I finally realized that your insensitivity is the only thing that
次郎
can.
さんは分かってて私に無神経に接してくれてたのよね。
Jiro-san, you knew that, right? That was why you acted that way, right?
変に同情しても何の役にも立たないならせめて私の心を気分転換で楽にさせてあげようと思って。
You thought there was no use in trying to sympathize, and you tried to comfort me.
そう思ってあんなに無神経を装ってでも私を楽しませてくれたのよね。
That's what you thought, right? You only pretended to be insensitive to help me enjoy myself, didn't you? Maybe he just really is insensitive.
高野三等陸佐として話してるんじゃない。
I'm not speaking to you as Major Takano.
高野美代として二郎さんに話してるの。
I'm speaking to you as Mio
そ
Takano.
れでも返事をしてはくれないの。
You still won't talk to me?
捕虜は名前と階級と認識番号しか喋っちゃいけないことになってるんでね。
A hostage may only give his name, rank, and identification number. Takano hung her
その
head.
手錠の鍵持ってないの。
I don't have the key to those
ご
handcuffs.
めんなさい。
Sorry.
いいよ。
That's fine.
それを求めたわけじゃないさ。
I didn't ask you to remove
コ
them.
ーヒー飲む？
Would you like a cup of coffee?
遠慮するよ。
No thanks.
この状態でトイレの世話になりたくないからね。
I don't want you to have to help me go to the bathroom in this position. It was hardly a conversation, but Takano was happy that Tomitaka had finally replied. However, that wouldn't solve any of their problems.
僕を殺すしかないならそれも構わないさ。
Maybe we can let Takano have like one win. What would that win be? She has had so many wins. She has been winning for over 100 loops, okay? If you must kill me, I'm alright with
捕らえ
that.
られた時にすでにその覚悟はできてる。
I made my peace when I was caught.
そうね。
Yeah.
私も二郎さんを今夜殺すつもりだったから。
I was planning to kill you tonight.
あなたにその覚悟があって。
I'm glad you're prepared for that. I thought she maybe changed her mind. Never mind. She still plans to kill the poor guy.
ならよかったよ。
Good.
この覚悟が無駄にならなくて済む。
Then my resolve won't go to waste.
ねえ。死にたくないとは思わないの？
That means this Takano has 0 wins? She doesn't need wins! She needs to stop. She needs to lose. Even though she's had so many already. One more won't break her. Hey, don't you wanna
あ
live?
なたが私の味方になると誓ってくれれば、私はあなたを死なせずに済むの。
If you promise to join me, you won't have to
上
die.
はあなたを生かす価値はないって言ってるけど、そこは私が何とかするから。
My superiors say there's no point in keeping you alive, but I'll work something out.
上は誰だい？
Who are your superiors?
知らないわ。
I don't know.
私と接触するエージェントは野村と名乗ってるけど、どうせ本名じゃない。
The person who contacts me calls herself Nomura, but I'm sure that's not her real name. I'm surprised by how much information she is giving away to Tomitake. She's clearly breaking right now. She does sound like she's at a breaking point, to be honest. He's interrogating her? Yeah. For some reason, it's working out really well.
私も素性はよく知らないわ。
I really don't know.
でも手を組む相手に足ると思う程度には話をしたんだろ。
But you must have talked to her before you decided to do this, right?
数度ね。おしゃべりをしただけよ。
I only talked to her a few
今
times.
にして思うと、私を利用したいという魂胆が見え見えだった。
When I think back, she probably just wanted to use
で
me.
も、なぜかあの時は、彼女だけが私のことを理解してくれるって、そう思ったのよ。
But at the same time, I thought she was the only person who could understand me.
わかるよ。
I
君
understand.
に誰かの助けが必要な時期があったことは知っている。
I knew there was a time when you needed someone to help you. I can finally watch Spooky after having a delicious kebab for lunch. Oh my god. I was watching a video earlier about someone testing out a kebab recipe and I was like, oh, I want to eat it. But yeah, the kids escaped. Akasaka beat everyone up and they're plotting a decoy mission and an attack mission to save Tomitake and also divide the mountain dogs' units. And now Takano is having a rather heartfelt conversation with Tomitake.
その時君のそばにいるのが僕でありたかった。
I wish I could have been there for you.
そうね。そこにいたのが二郎さんだったら、どんなに良かったことか。
Yeah, if you were there, that would have been so nice.
また誰も死んでない。
Nobody has died yet,
これから殺すわ。
but I'm going to kill them. But you don't have
東京
to.
には君の黒幕もいればそれと対立する黒幕もいるが、ほとんどの上層部は今回の件をうやむやにして終わらせたいと思っているはずだ。
You have your masterminds, but there are other masterminds in Tokyo who oppose them. Most of them want to hush up this issue.
高野さんはもう全てが手遅れだと思っているだろうけど、まだなんとかなるんだ。
You may think it's too late to do anything about it, but you're
まだ
wrong.
取り返しがつく。
There's still something you can do.
なかったことにできる。
You can make this whole thing disappear.
そうして、 祖父が築き上げたひなみ沢症候群の研究もなかったことになるのね。
And my grandfather's research on the syndrome will disappear too, won't it?
高野さん、君は何がどうなれば満足だったんだい？
Takano-san, what do you want to happen? The one I ate was kagri kebab by the place I ordered. It had meat, bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, and more stuff. That sounds really delicious. Did Rika leave with the dogs? No, she was rescued by Akasaka, so she's with the gang now. And also, hello, Mad Random. Hi. Hope you're doing good today. What song is it that is your favorite one? This series has a lot of really, really good songs. Akasaka, of course. Yeah, he's the goat. He's the train. He caused a whole car accident. Takano closed her eyes for a bit while she came up with an answer. Her grandfather's research had been insulted. She wanted those with higher positions of authority to take it seriously. Nomura could make that happen. When the final operation was enacted, the higher-ups of the country would have to read the article, and they would have to believe what's in it. They will authorize the execution of the emergency manual. And yes, that would create an irreversible disaster. But at the same time, the disaster would prove that her grandfather's article had merit.
それで、君は満足だったね。
Will you be satisfied with that?
ええ、
Sure.
満足よ。
I'll be satisfied.
それが高野美代の生を受けた理由だから。
That is the purpose of my life.
前に聞いたね。
I asked you before.
なら君は、この作戦が終わったら消えてしまうわけだね。
You're going to disappear after this operation, aren't you?
高野美代の目的は達せられ、地上からなくなり、君は本当の君に戻るんだ。
Mio Takano's purpose will be fulfilled, and she will vanish from the face of the earth. You'll return to
田無
being
美代子。
Miyoko Tanashi.
それが本当の君の名前のはず。
That's your real name, isn't it? How long had it been since she heard that name? Takano closed her eyes slightly.
そうね。
Dear You, oh my god, Dear You is so good. I love that soundtrack. Especially the instrumental made me learn the piano. It's a really good track. I can see why it would inspire you. I am inspired to play the piano just so I can play that song someday. It's a really good one. Yeah, that's right.
私はもうすぐ
Soon enough,
田無美代子に帰るのね。
I will return to being Miyoko Tanashi.
田無美代子という少女は両親を失って施設に送られた。
That's either a very different microphone or a very different voice actor. He sounds so different. Tanashi Miyoko lost her parents and was sent to an orphanage as a little
そ
kid.
してそこで虐待されて死んだ。
She died after being tortured.
君はそう言ったね。
That's what you said, right?
ええ、言ったわ。
Yes, I did.
私はあの日のあの金網の中に戻らなければならない。
I'll have to go back inside of that metal
チ
fence.
ロさんは経験ある？
Have you experienced something like that, Chiro-san? Takano told Tomitaka about her horrible experiences, which were simply unimaginable for normal people.
もう一度あそこに戻って。
That sounds so weird, it does. When Yu shows up, I get emotional every time. Me too! Me too! Back in the day, I think I found the song through OS when I was playing it, and I never realized that it was actually from Higurashi until I looked it up on YouTube, and all I could see was like, oh, Higurashi this, Higurashi that, and that there were like 1,000 versions of it, and it's such a good song. It's a banger. I'm going to return to that place, and this time, grandfather won't come to help me.
今度はおじいちゃんに助けられずに死ぬの。
So, I will die.
そうすれば私はここにいない。
If I was dead, I wouldn't exist
私
here.
がいなければ入り駅感もなく、こんな妙な運命の行き止まりに迷い込むこともなかった。
If I wasn't here, then there wouldn't be an idiot institute. I wouldn't be stuck living out such a bizarre fate.
君は
You...
死ぬ気だね。
You're planning to die, aren't you?
作戦が終わったらいろいろとご褒美があることになってるけど、
I'm supposed to be rewarded after the
あ
operation,
まり信じてない。
but I don't believe that.
ある日突然ホームでドンと突き落とされるんじゃないかしら。
I might be suddenly killed one day.
君には心を許せる味方はいないのか？
Don't you have someone who you can trust?
クライアントは所詮クライアント。
My clients are just clients.
味方じゃないわね。
They're not my allies,
でも山犬は味方よ。
but the mountain dogs are.
彼らが私の靴を舐めたくなるくらいの金を弾んでやったからね。
I paid them more than enough.
でも心は許せないだろう。
The new anime, Go Sotsu, had Dear You Sotsu Go graduation. It made me cry so much. Oh god. I wasn't actually planning on watching those, but I might do it just for the completionist's sake. And also to be able to hear that version of Dear You as well. But you can't truly trust them, can you?
味方は味方よ。
They are my allies.
あなたを捕らえ、今から R たちも捕らえようとしている。
They caught you and they're trying to catch R and her friends as we speak.
私の役に立ってくれてるわ。
They're helping me.
それは今の君に必要な味方じゃない。
But that's not the kind of ally you need right now.
そうね。
You're right.
今の私に必要な味方じゃない。
They aren't the kind of ally I need right now. Takano paused. She paused because Tomitaka had just said exactly what she had been thinking. Since the day Tomitaka disappeared, she had been feeling restless. Takano had to admit that she needed Tomitaka.
ジローさん。
The way she said that, Mikata yo, I think the way that she's talking right now is kind of beautiful almost. We never hear her talking so calmly. She always has been sounding so agitated and kind of manic these past few episodes, chapters. So this is kind of nice. I like the way that she's talking right now.
山犬は何億円かのお金で転んでくれたわ。
Jiro-san, I paid the mountain dogs a few 100 million yen to be on my
ま
side.
だ私の手元には1億ちょっと残ってる。
I have little more than 100 million yen left.
あなたはいくら払えば転んでくれるの？
How much do I need to pay you?
君が一番欲しいものがいくらで買えるかを考えてみるといい。
You should think about how much it really costs when you get what you truly want. To get what you truly want.
こんな時にキザな例えだこと。
That's a rather pretentious thing to say in this
お
situation.
金では買えないって言わせたいのね。
You want me to say it's something I can't buy with money, right?
諦めるんだ。
Why don't you give up?
山犬は飼いならせても僕は飼いならせない。
You may be able to tame the mountain dogs with your money, but that won't work with me.
それを転ばせたいと言ってるの。
But I want you on my
あなた
side.
が望むならお金だけじゃない。
If you want, I'll give you
何
everything.
でも与えるわ。
Not just money.
私の髪の毛一本からつま先の先端まであなたのものにしていい。
You can do whatever you want to do with me.
靴を舐めろと言うなら今この場で舐めてもいいわ。
If you want me to lick your shoes, I
そ
will.
れでもまだ足りない。
Isn't that enough? I feel like she said something similar in a different episode. The cast has aged so well, but Takano is the big standout for me. Actually, Spooky, since we're in the thick of the end of the story, I wanted to ask, who do you feel is the protagonist of Higurashi, Keiichi or Rika? Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like in the question arcs, it was definitely more Keiichi, in my opinion. Everything was kind of centered around him, but lately, especially in these past, I don't know, 3 episodes, he hasn't really been the focus. But I would say, like, especially since the answer arcs, it's been Rika for me. And I think it's just a matter of how Ryukishi, you know, gave screen time to Keiichi more so than Rika, because it was only very lightly hinted at that she was actually more important than she seemed. Rika is the protagonist for me too. Nyan nyan nano desu. Yeah, I think she is supposed to be, but it wasn't very obvious from the very beginning. But it became more and more obvious who this story is really about. Tomitaka didn't reply. It was an affirmation by silence, but a signal to Takano that he had already told her everything he meant to say, and the most saddening form of silence for her. I'll make you breakfast every morning. I'll show up before you when we meet. I'll never make you wait just to test you. Isn't that enough? Tomitaka didn't say a word. He couldn't see her face under the desk, but he could sense it. This wasn't the time to say anything to her. Remaining silent was the only thing he could do. Suddenly, the phone rang. Takano sniffled once and picked it up.
Takano.
The complete shift in her voice is scary. It should have been me, not him. It's okay, you'll get your turn. This is Takano?
So.
I see.
わかったわ。
Understood.
今すぐ行くわ。
I'll be right there. Takano stood up as she put down the phone.
R が発見されたわ。
The mountain dogs found R.
入江の発信機の反応も一緒。
We found Iri's signal too.
街道が封鎖されていることを知ってて、山中を徒歩で脱出するつもりのようね。
They must already know the roads are close and trying to escape through the mountains on foot.
山狩りには手こずりそうだけど、人目がないのは私たちに好都合だわ。
It won't be easy to hunt them there, but we're actually at an advantage since there's nobody else around.
じゃあね、ジローさん。
The switch up is crazy. It was kind of scary. See you,
なん
Jiro-san.
となく、これがあなたとできた最後のおしゃべりになるような気がする。
I think this will be our final conversation.
最後に、あなたから言葉がもらえなくて、残念よ。
I wish I could have heard you say something at the end of it all. And still, Tomitaka stayed silent. Takano ran out of the room. She didn't look like she was hurrying back to work.
連中ははじめ近くの山中に出現し、村中に出たようです。
It appears that they came out above ground in the mountains.
村人に接触して助けを求めようとしたのかもしれませんが、偵察車両の1台が逃走者の一部と R を発見、追跡。
They might have tried to get some help from the villagers, but a patrol vehicle found R and some of her friends and started tailing them.
一時期 R と発信機は別行動しましたが、地図の山中で合流しました。
For a time, R and the transmitter were operating separately, but they rejoined at the mountains on the map.
チリジリになったのが合流できたということ？
No, thank you for the hydrate. Are you saying they split up, then met back up?
ええ。連中は逃走路について十分な打ち合わせをしてやがったんちゅうことでしょうな。
They must have planned their escape route, I guess.
山の中なら地のりがあると踏んでや
I
る
love this track. It's so good, every time. I'm sure they're confident that they know their way around the mountains well enough.
ブッシュが深ければ武器の効果は激減する。
If there are too many trees or if the bushes are too high, our weapons won't work as well as they should.
あの空手野郎の考えそうなことですね。
That's what the karate guy would think at least. Okunogi was determined to catch them this time. He kept saying how he was simply caught off guard before.
今度はもう逃がせないわよ。
They can't escape this time.
ひなみ沢でならともかく、沖宮に入られたらもうどうにもならない。
We must catch them before they get to Okinomiya.
ええ、わかってます。
Yes, yes, I know.
向こうに地のりがある山中とあっちゃ、こちらも躊躇したらアウトですわ。全力投球でいきましょう。
They know the mountains better than we do. We'll have to get serious.
全般で包囲、圧殺します。
all our units will besiege and overrun them.
聞こえてるな全般
Looks like the mountain dogs aren't the mountain dogs after all. All units, did you hear that?
こいつはサッカーだ
Think of it like a soccer game.
敵はゴールエリアに侵入してる
Our opponents are gonna try and score a
ゴ
goal.
ールは沖宮だ
That goal is Okinomiya.
絶対に許すな
Don't let them get there.
特にあの空手野郎だ
The karate guy's mine though.
俺の獲物だ絶対に仕留めてやる
I will absolutely bring him
大
down.
鳥了解
Phoenix here, roger that.
ウグイス了解
Nightingale here, roger that.
ヒバリ了解
Skylark here, roger that.
白鷺了解
Chiron here,
い
roger
るぞ
that.
山犬の総力戦だ
All units, move out.
こいつがしくじればうちらは積まれてゲームオーバーだ
If we fail, it's game over.
その通りよ。
Quite so.
もう後がない。私も出て陣頭指揮を取るわ。
You cannot fail. I'll take command of the corp from here.
富武はここに置いていっても大丈夫。
Do you think it'll be alright to leave Tomitake behind?
大丈夫ですんね
Sure.
完全武装の保安隊員が8人もおりますんね
We're leaving 8 armed security guards
その
behind.
倍の完全武装兵が来てもしのげます
Even if the enemy came at them with double that number, they'll be fine.
それよりも問題なのはあの空手野郎です
That karate guy will be more of a problem.
奴を侮ることはできませんぜ
We simply can't underestimate him. The security unit guarded the basement of the Iri Institute, which was the heart of the organization. Therefore, they were armed more heavily than anyone else in the Mountain Dogs. Okonogi's confidence in the security unit and his newfound obsession with defeating Akasaka made the diversionary plan a success. But at the same time, that meant the decoy club members would have to deal with the full force of the Mountain Dogs. That's okay. They can handle it. I don't get why the Mountain Dogs units are named after birds. Wait, they are? I guess... Oh, yeah, I suppose... I didn't know these were also birds. And they're bad at mountains. Exactly. The dogs' white vans ran through the village. While they couldn't fire the shots outside, all members were carrying stun guns that fired electric needles. While poor on range, they could subdue a target instantly. With the flip of a switch, they could change between merely stunning or killing their target, the perfect weapon for people like the Mountain Dogs. The van separated into groups and headed for the mountains. They were planning to surround their enemies and then smoke them out.
隊長前半作戦開始位置に到着しました
Commander, all units are standing by in position.
さすがに展開が早いぜ
Very well.
サンサ全般にありがたい訓示を頼みます
Major, please give the order.
高野よ。
Ah, she slays in that outfit so hard. I love it every time. She's beautiful. Keiichi holding one AK-47 in each hand, fending them off. I can see it, to be honest. He would do it. This is Takano.
R だけは生かして捕らえること。
Make sure you capture R alive.
他は殺してしまっても構わないわ。
I don't care if you kill the rest.
この山から逃がしてはダメ。
Don't let them escape.
この山で今日の戦いすべてに決着をつけるのよ。
Finish it right there.
ウグイスヒバリ白鷺山狩りを開始しろ
Nightingale, Skylark, Heron, start
大
hunting.
鳥はゴールキーパーで予備兵力を務める
Phoenix will be the goalkeeper and will be the reserve.
緊急展開が可能なように常時待機しろ
Be ready for anything.
大鳥7了解
This is Phoenix 7, roger that.
さあおっ始める
Let's begin. I kind of feel like this Okonogi sprite is kind of moe because look at his little fangy. He has a little... What is it called? A little fangy. He's kind of moe with the wink and the fangy. Combat mode. Well, she used to slay in that outfit. Now she's gonna be slain in it. It's okay. Slay and be slayed. Slain. Be slated. I need to share one Takano fan art in that outfit on the server. She looks so beautiful. I look forward to seeing it. The thing is, this doesn't sound simpler if you don't know anything about football like me. Football? Okonogi scientifically cannot be moe. A A little bit. He can be a little bit moe. This late in the story, Okanoki is finally moe after getting his ass beat. It's okay. He deserves his moment. Only for like a second. Only visually. Everything else about him is not moe at all. Live by the sleigh, die by the sleigh. Exactly. The mountain dogs started marching, spreading out in a line with a few meters between them. This mountainside was a savage land where not even the villagers would dare tread. There were some trails, but no paved roads for human beings. It required an enormous amount of diligence and patience to hunt on a mountain like this. All the dogs were very nervous. I love the soundtrack too, by the way. They're so good. They were told that the most of their enemies were children, but there were a few well-trained adults with them as well. In addition, they were supposedly armed quite heavily, and they knew the layout of the terrain quite well. It was obviously going to be a tough battle.
Okanogi, 山狩りってのは普通どのくらいの人数がいるの?
Okanogi, how many people do you usually need to search a mountain?
一概には言えませんが、多ければ多いほどいいでしょうな。
It's hard to say, but I'm sure that the more people we have, the better the position we'll be in.
山犬の人数じゃ全員集めても全く足りません。
But all the mountain dogs put together won't even be close to enough.
でも向こうも少人数なんだからそう不利な条件じゃないでしょ?
But our enemies are just a small group of people. Don't you think we're at an advantage?
ほらよく言うじゃない。
Well, you know what people always say.
守備を崩すには3倍の兵力がいるって。
It takes thrice the force to break a
こっ
defense.
ちはさらにその倍以上いるんだから。
We have twice more than that on our side.
まあ、数万の兵力の場合ならそういう数式になるでしょうが。
Well, that theory works if we're talking about thousands of soldiers. It doesn't work in smaller scale battles. The US Armed Forces proved that in the Vietnam War.
なら今回の山狩り
Then, in this case,
okanogiはどれだけの兵力がいると見てるの?
how great of a force do you think you need to search this mountain, Okanogi?
何でもありってことでですか?
Whatever works, I guess.
何でもありって意味がわからないけどどのくらいが適正な兵力なの?
I don't know what you mean by that. What would be an appropriate military force?
今朝の政治的奇襲も含めて向こうの指揮官は相当優秀です。
Considering what happened this morning, we have to conclude that their commander is extremely
そ
brilliant.
して火器取り扱いのベテランが最低2。
I wonder who he means by commander anyway. Is it Mion? Mion is kind of their commander. They also have at least 2 weapons
近
experts
接格闘のベテランが最低1。
and at least 1 close combat expert.
そこまでは認めるけどあとは所詮子供でしょ?
Okay, I see that, but the rest are all kids, aren't they?
あとは子供のようですが、多分ここに逃げ込んだからには彼らのテリトリーでしょう。
That's what I'd think too, but we're in their territory.
地の利が十分な子供一人はよく訓練された強襲偵察隊一個小隊に匹敵しますので。
One kid who knows an area well can be equal to a finely trained patrol unit.
サンサが考えてますより相当厄介な相手ですわ。
They are more troublesome than you think, Major.
それを制圧するのにどの程度の兵力が必要だっていうの?
Then tell me how great of a force you'll actually need to suppress them.
山岳歩兵が一個師団。
We'll need 1 division.
ああ、師団ってのは山犬が3つ4つくっついて大隊。
Let me explain what I mean by that. 3 or 4 mountain dogs make a battalion, and 3 or 4 battalions make a
そい
regiment.
つがさらに3つ4つくっついて連隊。そいつがさらに3つ4つで師団ですね。
And finally, 3 or 4 regiments make a division.
30倍の兵力が必要だというの?
Are you saying we need 30 times as many people?
もちろんそれだけじゃ足りません。
Of course, that alone isn't enough.
砲兵陣地に要請して山ほどの事前砲撃が必要ですわ。
We'd need to get in touch with an artillery base and request an advance
航
bombardment.
空支援が得られるならファントムにナパームもばらまかせたいところですね。
If we could get help from the air, I'd want a phantom to drop napalm bombs.
冗談じゃないわ。 そんな兵力ここにはないわ。
You've got to be kidding me. We don't have that much force at our disposal. He's going to full-out war.
じゃあそれにはるかに満たない山犬で山狩りをしたらどうなるっていうの？
What do you think would happen if we try to chase them down with our current manpower?
まあ楽じゃないでしょうな。
Well, it won't be easy, that's for sure. Why is he like this? Okunogi laughed boldly. He said it wouldn't be easy, but he also seemed to be implying that he was the only one capable of doing it.
連中のテリトリーでしょうが、逃げ込んだのはついさっきです。
Although this is their territory, they just got here a little while ago.
陣地もなけりゃトラップ設置の暇もないはずだ。
They don't have a base, and they didn't even have time to set up traps.
地の利を生かすには時間が足りないはずです。
I don't think they've had enough time to use their knowledge of the mountain to their advantage. Well, Satoru kind of prepped the mountain beforehand. He's still working with Takano for the love of the game. Yup. He's very passionate. As Takano listened to Okunogi's explanation, she felt a little anxious. When she pretended to be friendly with Satoko a long time ago, she used to tell Takano all about her mountain. Takano remembered how Satoko told her all about all kinds of traps she'd set up, but she couldn't recall which mountain Satoko was talking about. I'm surprised she isn't talking about her doubts about how this is going to work out, knowing that piece of information with Okunogi, but you know, better for us. Skylark to base, we've located some of the targets. You can't see R. We're still searching.
人質にできれば十分よ。
We can use them as hostages.
R がいなくても捕らえて。
Capture them even if R isn't there.
ウグイス、聞こえるか？
Nightingale, did you hear that?
近隣の班を応援に回して退路を立て。
Gather up the nearby units and block their escape route.
ウグイス了解。バックアップする。
Roger, we'll back you up. I love Mion.
そりゃそうだよね。
Well, of course.
退路を断ちたいよね。
They want to cut off our escape route, wouldn't they? Some fallen trees were leaning against a much larger pine tree, forming a natural scaffold. A small hut made of plywood had been built on top of them. It was one of Satoko's many secret bases. It was in a perfect spot since Mion could see the foot of the mountain well.
すごいね。
Wow,
みーちゃんの予想通りだね。
this went just as Michan expected.
さて、我が部にどの程度叶うか、お手並みを拝見しようかね。
Well then, we'll see what they've got, huh?
レナたち、勝てるかな？かな？
Can we win? Can we?
なーに言ってんだか。
What are you talking
向
about?
こうの指揮官は無能だね。
Our enemy's commander is worthless.
私たちを攻めるなら、山岳訓練を修了したベテラン歩兵が一個師団はいるね。
They'd need at least one
それ
division.
をせいぜい中隊規模でとはね。
But they're trying to attack us with just a single
未
company.
熟にも程があるよ。
What are they thinking?
さーて、何人が私たちを相手にしてこの山を無事に降りられるかな。
What became of Shion and Kasai? Kasai is fine. Shion can't really hear that well out of her left ear, but they're both part of the attack unit and they're gonna save Satoshi, who is stuck in the clinic basement. And Tomitake, I suppose. We'll see just how many of them will be able to go back down on the mountain in one piece today.
そったれ
Damn it!
ヒバリ4攻撃を受けた
This is Skylark 4, we've been attacked!
そう逃がすな
Shit, don't let them get away!
丸太を山ほど転がしてきやがった
They let loose tons of
ヒ
logs.
バリ6が捻挫で追撃不能
Skylark 6 sprained his ankle, unable to pursue.
残りで追撃する
We'll go on without him.
逃がすなよ。
Yeah, at least I didn't fall in the line of duty. I'm very relieved, to be honest. If they would have died and this really is the last loop, that would have been so unfortunate. Can you believe that there could be a world without Shion? I don't want that to be real. Don't let them escape.
追って追って追 追いまくれ。休ませるんじゃねえ。
Keep chasing them until the end. Don't even give them a chance to rest.
イバリ11、トラップによる攻撃を受けた。
This is Skylark 11. We've encountered a trap.
イバリ12、13が多分脳震盪だ。
Skylark 12 and 13 probably have
あん
concussions.
なの当たりどころが悪かったら死んでるぞ。
You would have been dead if you weren't lucky.
ヒバリ16、トラップにやられた。
This is Skylark 16. A trap caught
光
me.
線が足に絡まって脱出できない。
Entangled in steel wires, unable to escape.
ナイフじゃ切断できない。
I can't cut them with my knife.
番線カッターを持ってきてくれ。
Somebody bring me a wire cutter. Chaotic radio transmissions came in one after another. Obviously, Okanoki had been wrong about the mountain dogs being in an advantageous
ウグイス10
position.
より本部。
Nightingale 10 to base.
誰が井戸を偽装した落とし穴だ。
Those bastards changed a well into a pit
隊
trap.
員2名が閉じ込められて救出不能。
Two members fell in, unable to rescue
応
them.
援を送れ。
We need help.
やめ。
What? Stop!
どうしたウグイス10。
What's the matter, Nightingale
応
10?
答しろウグイス10。
Come in, Nightingale 10.
ウグイス10だ。やられた。
This is Nightingale 10. I've been hit.
俺を後ろから突き飛ばしやがった。
I was pushed from
ウグイ
behind.
ス9から11は井戸内。
Nightingale 1 through 11 are in the well
現
now.
在なれど脱出不能。くそ。
We're unharmed, but unable to escape. Shit.
本部よりウグイス。バックアップが奇襲を受けた。
Base to Nightingale, your backup has been attacked.
行動が読まれているぞ。
The enemy can see your
注意
movements.
しろ。
Watch out.
ウグイス1だ。
This is Nightingale
聞いていい
1.
か。どうして動きが読まれるんだ。
I have a question. How can they see our
上
movements?
空に無人機の影はないぞ。
There's no UAV in the air or anything. What does UAV mean? Unmanned aerial vehicle. Mm-hmm.
イバリ1より本部。追跡に失敗。
Skylark 1 to base. We failed in our pursuit.
失った。
We lost them.
無理だ。この山はトラップだらけだぞ。
This is impossible. The mountainside is full of
この
traps.
距離を追うだけで何人負傷しちゃってんだ。
We've already had a lot of injured men and only covered a short distance.
白鷺1より本部。R を含む数名を発見した。
Huron 1 to HQ. We found R and some of her
追
friends.
跡している。至急応援を送れ。
We're going after them. We need assistance immediately. He's having so much fun for some reason, even though it's going horribly for them.
連中め、少人数の利点を生かして分散しやがっ
They split up,
た。
huh?
か乱してトラップで絡め取ろうってんだな。
Their plan is to confuse and entangle us with traps.
白鷺は用心しろ。
Huron 1, be
向
careful.
こうはお前らをトラップ地帯におびき寄せるつもりだ。
They're luring you into a trapped area.
敵は確固に分散し、陽動と奇襲のゲリラ戦術で抵抗してくる気だ。
They're splitting us up to divert us and are planning an ambush.
高度だぞ。
This is an extremely advanced tactic.
すでに他班でトラップとアンブッシュで負傷者が多発している。
There have already been many injuries in the other units due to those traps and ambushes.
用心しろ。
Be careful.
気合い入れてかかれ。白鷺ワン。
Be prepared for anything, Huron 1.
白鷺ワン。
Huron 1?
白鷺2より本部。
Huron 2 to base! We've never heard this soundtrack before. Search and destroy. Ooh la la.
白鷺1がトラップに。
Huron 1 is
誰か
trapped.
班長を吊るしてるロープを切れ。
Come on, somebody cut the rope.
残りは追撃しろ。R を逃がすな。
The rest of you, keep going. Don't let R
ウ
escape.
グイス1より本部。
It's so good! I love it! Nightingale 1 to
ウグイ
base.
ス7たちが沈黙した。
Nightingale 7 and his team have gone
襲
silent.
撃にあった可能性が否定できない。
It's very possible that they've been
応
attacked.
援を送る許可を。
Allow us to send
白
assistance.
鷺5、隊員3名が上空から降ってきたドラム缶の直撃を受けて混沌した。
This is Huron 5. 3 of our unit members have been knocked out by falling drums.
なんなんだここは。
What the hell is this?
こんなのがまだまだあるってのか。
Are there more of those ahead of us?
ヒバリ13だ。
This is Skylark
やられて
13.
倒れてたようだ。
I was down.
今一人発見した。
There's one of them
追
now.
跡する。
I'll chase them down.
よくもやってくれやがったな。
Damn it, I'm going to get you.
よせ。 やめろひばり13。
Stop, Skylark 13.
お前が一人で叶う相手じゃない。
You can't take them down by yourself. Satoko is a freaking menace, yeah. And there she is. Come out, wherever you are. Come on this way. Damn kid. Wait right there. Skylark 13 chased Satoko with an enraged snarl on his face, but Satoko ran through the woods effortlessly. Small branches scratched his body all over, but he continued to chase Satoko. Satoko ran like the wind. To her, she was simply running in her own backyard. Who would get injured in a place like that? Real and true. Hello, Zazzle. Hi. Hope you're doing good today. As Skylark 13 ran after her, he passed many mountain dogs who couldn't even move because of Satoko's traps. The more of his trap fellows he saw, the more he wasn't sure if the girl he was after really was a girl. She was just something that looked like one. What else would it be? He reached an area where logs were stacked up in piles. It seemed like the trees in the area were being chopped down. It was a rather strange scene. On his way there, Skylark 13 saw a member from a different unit hanging upside down from a tree, and he also saw feet sticking out of a pitfall. There was a member whose foot was tied to the root of a tree with a device that looked like a pair of handcuffs. He reached this area after seeing all of them. He suddenly started sweating all over his body. Skylark 13 realized that he had been lured into a trap. He had been caught in a snare. She had tricked him. The girl was standing in the middle of the open area, calmly balancing on a stump. She was simply looking at him. Shit, he thought. She's trying to lure me in. This is Skylark 13. I chased one of them to an open field. I'll catch her. I'll get her. This is Nightingale 7. I'm the one hanging behind you. That isn't a girl. That's a demon. If you chase her, you'll end up in hell. Base to Skylark 13. That's enough. Wait for assistance. Some nearby members are on their way. She's so funny. What's the matter, huh? If you want to catch me, you need to step forward about 10 meters. It was only 10 meters. If he walked about 10 meters, he could catch that bratty little girl. How many steps did he have to walk 10 meters? If he took 10 steps to walk 10 meters, that meant there would be 10 more chances of stepping on a trap. But it was only 10 steps. He can catch her after taking just 10 steps. Well, if you really want to catch me, then why not take your first step? Come on. Shit. How was he going to take his first step? That area with weeds looked suspicious, but the bare ground looked suspicious too. What if he jumped onto his tree stump? No. That was what she wanted him to do. Cold sweat was dripping off of Skylark 13's body. He only needed to take 10 steps. So why was he so nervous about taking the first one? Skylark 13, from what I can see, the tree stumps look okay. You can jump on them. Don't, Skylark 13. This is Nightingale 8, the one tied to the tree root. The tree stumps must be traps. There are too many stumps here. That's just too suspicious. Can you hear me, Skylark 13? Don't go into any bushes. It's dangerous. Don't step on the weeds. The open ground is dangerous too. Just fly, man. Just fly. Grow some wings. He got backseaters now, and they're not helping at all. Shit. And where should I step? Do you want me to fly? What on earth are you doing? I'm growing bored waiting for you.
巣巻きにされて転がっているウグイスないんだ。
This is Nightingale 1, the one who's tied up.
今標的の一人に頭を蹴られている。
My head is being patted by one of the targets.
そこはトラップフィールドだと言ってるぞ。
She says that it's a trap field.
その待ち構えてる小娘の最高傑作が設置されているらしい。
Supposedly, that girl's magnum opus is set up there.
油断するな。
You should be extra careful. Oh my god! He even gets like somewhat of a sprite. That's so cool. You've got to be kidding me. Did he say magnum opus? What does he mean by magnum opus? And what about all the other traps? Weren't they her magnum opus? The mountain dogs are professionals. We're paid to engage in battle. Yet this little girl is playing us like fools. Can we not beat her? Can't we beat that brat? This must be a bluff. How is it possible for a trap to exist that's worse than what I've seen so far? That's a bluff. That must be a bluff. Now I'm definitely going to get her. Should I start with my right foot or my left? I didn't remember the sprite. I did not expect it in the slightest. The girl suddenly lifted her hand and thrust it at me. Is she trying to tell me to stop? 5 steps.
何?
What?
何事もなく5歩無事に歩けたらあなたの勝利ということでいいですわよ。
If you can take 5 steps without stepping on a trap, you win.
ほほ、それは大した自信じゃねえか。
I see. You're confident, aren't you?
もし俺が5歩何もなく歩けたらどうするつもりだ?
If I take 5 steps safely, what are you going to do?
そうですわね。
Let's see.
私の敗北を認めて降参して差し上げてもよろしくってよ。
I'll admit my loss and surrender. How about that?
私、今日は最高にトラップ脳が絶好調ですの。
My brain is as sharp as ever today.
あなたを5歩で絡め取ってご覧に入れますわ。
I'll get you before you take your 5th step.
クソガキ！
Stupid fucking kid!
落ち着けヒバリ13。挑発に乗るな。
Calm down, Skylark 13. Don't let her provoke you.
そいつは悪魔だ。外見に騙されるな。
She's a demon. Don't let her appearance fool you.
そいつは人の心を読むぞ。俺たちの叶う相手じゃねえ。
She can read your mind. We can't defeat
本部
her.
よりヒバリ13。
Face to Skylark 13.
深追いするな。
Don't go any
十
further.
分だ。
That's enough.
近くまでウグイスが応援に来ている。
Nightingale is almost
そ
there.
の場で耐えろ。
Just stay in position.
それじゃ俺の負けってことじゃねえかよ。
But that would mean I'd lose.
こうだと。
5 steps.
こうだと。
5 steps, you say.
乗ってやるぜ。5歩だな。
Damn it, I'm in then. 5 steps, right?
たったの5歩だな。
Just 5 steps, right?
男が何度もくどいですわね。
How many times do you need to repeat
愛
it?
のささやき以外は男は一言で十分ですのよ。
A man should only say things once unless he's whispering words of love.
このガキャ
Damn you, kid!
ヒバリ13。
Skylark
読ま
13.
れるぞ。劇場は思考を読まれるぞ。
She's going to read your mind.
落ち着け。クールになれ、ヒバリ13。そうさ、俺はヒバリの13番。
Calm down. That's right. I'm Skylark
ミ
13.
ントみたいにクールなのが通りえさ。
I'm cool-headed, just like Golgo. Who's Golgo?
だから熱くならずによく考えろ。
Golgo 13 is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Takao Saito. The images. This looks kind of familiar. I feel like I've seen this before. Brother, you ain't Golgo 13. There's a manga called Golgo 13, but I never read it. It looks kind of familiar from the pictures that I just saw. Interesting. So I need to keep a level head and think.
そうさ、俺の思考はすでに絡め取られていた。
Right, she's already onto my thoughts.
奴に向かって5歩進まなければならないって時点で思考を絡め取られてたぜ。
She can see how I'll think if I have to take 5 steps towards her.
ほほう。
Hmm?
それはどういう意味でございますの？
Whatever do you mean by that? This is what it means.
ないじゃねえ。後ろに5歩歩くんだよ。
Fucking idiot. I won't go forward. I'll take 5 steps backwards. I did it. I did it. I was certain it was a trick. If I take 5 steps, I win. She didn't say I had to move forward. I can go backwards too.
だからあなたは5歩でおしまいなんですのよ。
And that's why you're done with those 5 steps.
Hibari 13沈黙
That was so fucking funny. That was peak. That was peak. That was peak comedy. The fucking barrel, the sounds. That was really good. Oh my god, Higurashi, that was genuinely so fucking good. Yeah, that is insane. That's so good. Skylark 13 down.
あのバカ。すっかり乗せられやがって。
That fool, he let her mess with him. Tadako's remarkable performance wasn't just her own effort alone. Mion had mastered the geography and the enemy's formations while instructing Satoko. Got rage baited by a child, he did. Oh my god, I'll never get over that. Satoko marked all of her traps on the map. When that map and Mion's ability to command combined, the club was simply unbeatable. Rika and Hanyu, who knew about the mountain, almost as well as Satoko, relayed orders from Mion to Keiichi or Rena. Then they prepared for the ambush. The traps didn't always activate when they were being stepped on. Sometimes Keiichi and the others were setting them off at the right moment. Keiichi and Rena continued to fight everywhere according to Mion's orders. Sometimes they'd hide and sometimes they'd attack. One by one, they eliminated their enemies. Satoko's traps had been taking down most of the enemies, but Keiichi's surprise attacks with his bat had worked out successfully too. Not even the well-trained mountain dogs could respond to attacks after being stunned by these traps. Humans need a little time to react. According to the research done by the US Armed Forces, the average reaction time is 15 seconds. In other words, any soldier is powerless during the 15 seconds following a surprise attack. Shortening those 15 seconds is one goal of their training. But no matter how much they train, it will never become 0. Their radio communications had actually made things much worse for them. The more they heard about damage done to the other units, the more worried they got. That slowed them down and made them think less strategically. At that point, as far as Mion was concerned, the mountain dogs were no longer a force to be reckoned with. Keiichi was successful. He bundled them all up nicely together, Nipa. Satoko did it too. She finished off all of them. Got it. Looks like we got 5 more points with this one, huh? Okay, my lovelies, what are you going to do now? About 30% of your southern army has dropped out. At least 1 or 2 men have to respond to calls from injured soldiers. And what that means is that they hardly have anyone left. Any decent commander would order a retreat right around now. This is Skylark 1. We have too many injured men in our unit. We don't have anyone to continue the pursuit. We have no other choice but to give up. Skylark 1, we might have been badly damaged, but we're definitely narrowing the enemy's range of action. You may not withdraw. Maintain the front with what you've got. Shit. Skylark 1 to all units. The commander is basically telling us to die.
進軍を再開するぞ。
Check your supplies once more and we'll resume the march.
でも高野さんたちは頭に血が上ってるからそれを許可しない。
Takano-san is so mad that she won't allow it.
指揮官は撤退を却下され、士気が低下したまま追撃を再開。
The morale of the unit commander is down because his request to withdraw was denied and they have to resume the march.
こいつは叩く絶好のチャンスだね。
Here's our chance.
リカちゃん、
Rika-chan,
レナと合流して Z 地区に誘い込んで。
meet up with Rena and lure them into Section Z.
あそこのトラップはだいぶごっついよ。
The traps there are something else.
羽生はケイちゃんに X 地区に転戦しろと連絡を。
Hanyu, tell Kei-chan to move on to Section X.
こんな面白いゲームはないね。
What a fun game.
絶好調なのです。
Mion's in perfect form.
今のミーが生まれる時代を間違えていたら歴史に名を残しかねないのです。
If she was born in a different era, her name would be in the history books. True that. Never mind, club president, she's a military strategist. Yup. She's going crazy.
私に言わしゃ、ネルソンも東郷もまあまあってとこだね。
If you ask me, Nelson and Togo are both mediocre.
もう裏山全体が手に取るようだよ。
It's like I can see this mountain inside and out. Mion was the type to display exponential ability. When she's down, she's at rock bottom, but when she's in perfect form, it's just terrifying. That was the blood of the head of one of the 3 families of Hinamizawa. If Mion had been around for a historical battle, she would have changed history. If she were to join Napoleon, Siberia would be French territory. If she were to join Hitler, Europe would belong to the Third Reich. And even with all that, the battle in the mountains was simply a diversion. Well, I'm glad she didn't join Hitler, what the hell? Just as Mion had expected, everything had collapsed into chaos. If the mountain dogs could think calmly, they could have realized they hadn't seen any adults. Yeah, Yukishi did not have to say that. That was a little crazy. But I think this isn't the first thing that he has said of that nature. I think a few streams ago, he said something similar. Of course, he had to write that. Yep. Again, Higurashi always has been political, and he will always bring in political references whenever he can. Or, well, rather historical references in this case. If the mountain dogs could think calmly, they could have realized they hadn't seen any adults. But they didn't notice, confused as they were by all the attacks they were suffering. Of course, that too was part of Mion's plan. The skill of the diversion would hide the fact that there was a rescue unit going to get Tomitake. Therefore, the more chaotic the battle grew on the mountain, the better it was for the rescue unit. That was why she chose such an ostentatious method of fighting. But at the same time, that was exactly the kind of fight that Mion preferred. She didn't intend to let it be just a diversion. She was planning to destroy the dog's main force on these mountains. Yet, most frightening of all was our home advantage. It wasn't exaggerating to say that the theory that defenders have thrice the advantage over assailants is heavily due to their advantage of location. In that case, how was the rescue unit doing? Were they at a disadvantage because they were on the offense? We will find out, but after the ad break, because there's been constant warnings of Twitch telling me that there's going to be an ad break, and I don't have that many snoozes left. So, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. We'll invade a hospital right after this commercial break. Hell yeah. Have a good shower, Fita. I guess you just have to take a break now, Blood. I guess you can't watch the stream anymore. I guess you have to relax now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say you're not allowed to watch anymore. You have to relax now. You missed the break. No stream for you. I just opened a package that Amazon delivered. I didn't buy this last volume of Torture Princess because so far every volume that I've ordered from Amazon for Torture Princess has been in a horrible state. This one actually looked pretty good. And then I touch it and it's like super oily and sticky. And it's like someone just put glue all over it. I don't understand what is happening in that warehouse. I don't know what's happening to these volumes. And like I looked at it and I was like, what the hell is all of this like gooey stuff on the cover? I just want this last volume. I'm so close to just giving up. I don't even know anymore. It's horrible. I'll go cuddle my cat and cry. It's okay. Next time you'll do better. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know why that keeps happening. Oh yeah, also I got an update on the one volume for Higurashi, volume 6 I think it is. The seller was also like a random seller from Amazon, and they said that it should have arrived by now and they will just send me a replacement. I have a feeling that replacement is also never gonna arrive here. They said it would be in stock in like the middle of April. I have a feeling I won't get that package either, but I'll just have to wait and see because I can't get that singular volume anywhere else here at least. So I'll just have to believe that they will be able to ship it to me. And I'll have to see if that gooey stuff on the Torture Princess volume is actually something that I can just wipe off or if I have to send it back. Again, this is like, I think the 4th time that I've had to send this exact volume back to Amazon because it just keeps arriving in the most awful condition. Anyway, I got some more water because I actually ran out of water, but I didn't have a chance to drink anything. Give me one sec. All right, let's keep going. The 4 rescue unit members led by Irie were hiding in a bush next to the clinic, and I have to adjust the game audio. There we go.
行きましょう。
Amazon has just started shipping to me from a local warehouse, so most shipping estimates have changed from 3 to 5 days to the same day or overnight. I mean, that's pretty nice, though, right? Let's go.
こちら側をフォローするカメラは故障中ですから大丈夫です。
The security camera on this side of the clinic is broken, so it's safe.
こんなとこから堂々と
You want to attack from this side?
うわ、怖いね。
Are you sure?
敵は監視をセキュリティに依存しきってるようです。
Being gooped is not a condition I would think a book could be when you mentioned awful condition. Not gonna lie, it's too weird. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even imagine what happened to it. Like, why would there be like a gooey, oily, sticky substance on it? I don't understand what happens in that warehouse. I had to like immediately wash my hands. I was like, ew, I can't touch anything. Glorp edition, yeah. Torturing torture princess. Yeah, exactly. That's what's happening there. Awful, awful warehouse. Our enemy is completely dependent on the security
問題
system.
ないでしょう。
So it should be alright.
行きましょ
Okay, let's go
う。
then.
まずは壁沿いに伝い、所長室の裏へ。
Should we head along the wall to the back of the director's office?
はい。
Yes.
私が出るとき窓は閉めませんでしたからまだ開きっぱなしでしょう。
I didn't close the window when I left, so it should still be
そこ
open.
から入るとすぐ脇が裏口でそこには監視カメラと1階保安室があり今日は2名が常駐しているはずです。
When you go in through the window, there's a back door and a security camera, as well as the security room for the first floor. There should be 2 guards in there.
四角角前は厳重に監視カメラで見張られていますので必ずバレるでしょう。
The entrance to the basement is being observed by a security camera, so they'll find us right away.
地下に行く前にその1階の2人を制圧しないとね。
Hello, Klaus. Hi, hi. Happy Wednesday. Okay, then. We have to take those 2 guards down on the first floor, right?
退路確保は基本でしょ。
It's a basic rule to secure an escape route.
まずは所長室から入って、1階保安室。
We'll go in through the office and then to the security room on the first floor. They moved forward, walking against the wall so that they'd remain in the blind spot of the security cameras. They soon reached the window of the director's office. If any village kids saw them, they'd assume they were playing around, pretending to be spies. Edie was glad that the clinic was closed on Sundays. Edie peeked into the room. It was exactly the same as how he left it. The window was open too. The four of them snuck into the room through that window. Akasaka put his ear against the door and through the hallway. Then he signaled the others to let them know that there was nobody on the other side. Thank you. They sent all the adults for this mission. Yeah, and Shion. Shion isn't technically an adult. She's still a high school student, I think. Since the clinic was closed, the mountain dogs were the only people around. It being Sunday really was fortunate. It was very quiet in the clinic. The chorus of the cicadas was the only thing that could be heard. There was a clock on the director's desk. It was almost 11:30 a.m. Shion was surprised to find herself getting hungry, given all that was going on. Kasai and Akasaka checked over their weapons. Irie brought out a book of blueprints from a locked bookcase. The title said Construction Plan for the Irie Clinic.
ここが所長室です。
This is the director's office.
ここが1階保安室。
This is the security room for the first floor.
ですぐそこです。
It's right next to the
監
office.
視カメラはこの赤鉛筆がそうです。
These red marks are the security
1
cameras.
階保安室の制圧自体は難しくなさそうだ。
The security room on the first floor shouldn't be a problem at all.
問題は地下ですね。
The basement will be a lot more difficult.
これが地下の研究区画です。
This is the underground research
ここ
section.
が入り口。
This is the entrance to it
図
here.
面では表向きは職員用の2階への階段になっていますが、実際は地下区画への入り口が隠されています。
It appears as a stairwell to the second floor on the blueprint we gave to the regular workers, but there's actually an entrance to the basement hidden there.
そして階段で地下へ。
And this is the staircase to the
よ
basement.
くもこんな大きな地下を作ったものです。
That's quite the
地
basement.
上部分よりもよっぽど広いですね。
It's actually bigger than the section above
それ
ground.
は地下こそがこの診療所の真の姿である証拠です。
That proves the basement contains the real identity of this clinic.
で、これが監督の認証カードでないと入れない扉と。
And this is the door that requires Coach's security access card to open,
認
huh?
証カードが封印されて使えなくなってるなんてことは？
Is it possible for them to revoke your access
万
card?
一認証カードが使えない場合にゲートの物理的突破は可能？
Is there a way to break through the door just in case we can't use it?
非常に厳重な扉で、証拠隠滅時にはそれを閉じてから内部に注水して封鎖する決まりになっています。
It's a strong door. When destroying all the evidence, we're supposed to shut the door and pump water into the place.
ということは機密扉か。
So it's an airproof door,
この
huh?
容積を満たす水圧に耐えるということは相当に頑丈だ。
If it can endure that much water pressure, it must be strong.
ってことは認証カード以外の方法では不可能ってことだね。
So there must be no other way in other than by using the access card.
一般用の認証カードは個別の登録抹消が可能なはずですが、私と高野さんの認証カードは商工用の特別カードと聞いています。
It's possible to block individual cards, but the access cards that Takano-san and I have are special ones for commissioned
登録抹
officers.
消には各個に設定した8桁のパスワードが必要ですから、事実上彼らには抹消できません。
These special cards require an 8-digit password set by the owner, so in practice, they can't block my card.
将校自らが不法使用することは想定していないということですね。
In other words, they don't expect commissioned officers to use them with ill intent, right?
それでもダメな時は1階保安室の人間に開けさせましょう。
But if that doesn't work, we'll have the guards in the security room on the first floor open
保
it.
安要員のカードなら将校の次に強力なはずです。
Their cards should work fine.
素直に協力してくれるとは思えませんが。
I doubt they'll let us use their cards, though.
協力しないんならカードと指紋認証用に指を1本ちょんと拝借するまでです。
If they don't want to help, all we need is a card and a finger, right?
そう した
That's
くは
kind
な
of
いです
fucked up. I'd rather not do that.
私のカードで開くことを祈るばかりです。
Let's just hope my card works.
地下のセキュリティルームはどれです？
Where's the security room for the
認
basement?
証カードで入ってすぐ脇のこの部屋です。
It's located right next to the
この
door.
部屋には空調もテレビもありますから、基本的に保安の方はそこに全て詰めています。
That room has air conditioning and a TV, so basically it's where all the security guards end up
上で
gathering.
2人をやっつければ残りの6人がいるはずです。
After we take down 2 guards on the first floor, there should be 6 left.
6人か。
6 guards,
一気
huh?
に制圧しないと難しいね。
Then we'll have to get them all at
一
once.
瞬で制圧しないとほぼ確実に警報を鳴らされる。
If we don't, they'll set off an
先
alarm.
に警報を切断する方法は？
Unless we can cut the wires
ち
for
ょっ
it?
とわかりませんが、予備電源や予備回線があるはずです。
Shion knows about picking fingers, yeah. She's unfortunately too familiar with finger torture. And maybe even cutting off fingers, who knows? I'm not sure where, but they must have both reserve power and reserve
現実
wiring.
的じゃないか。
And that's a no-go.
セキュリティルームを制圧する方が現実的ですね。
It'd be more realistic to take out everyone in the security
保安の
room.
連中の武装は？
Are the guards armed?
1階の保安は非武装ですが、1階保安室には一応銃が置かれているという話です。
The guards on the first floor aren't armed, but I've heard they keep guns in the security room just in
地
case.
下の保安は全員が拳銃を携帯しています。
All the security guards in the basement have guns though.
あとセキュリティルームにはもっと強力な連発式の銃が何丁か置かれていたはずです。
I think they have more powerful guns in their security room too.
屋内での用途から考えて、多分口径の短い機関拳銃のようなものでしょう。
Since those guns are for indoor use, I bet they use machine guns of a lower
長
caliber.
距離での命中率はひどく落ちますが、小回りが利き、近距離では十分な火力を持つ危険なものです。
They won't be accurate when used at a long range, but they're extremely powerful and dangerous when used in close
地
quarters.
下で撃ってきた連中 MP5 でしたし、
They had an MP5
そ
earlier.
いつが何丁持ってのはちょいと厄介ですね。
It won't be good for us if they have several more of
でも
those.
ここを制圧できれば地下は私たちの手に落ちる。
But if we can take them out, the basement is
監
ours.
督、サトシ君は？
Coach, where's Satoshi-kun?
本当は動かしたくないところですが、敵の巣の中に放置はできません。
I'd rather not move him, but we can't leave him in the enemy's hands
サ
either.
トシ君も安全なところに移しましょ
Let's move him somewhere
う。
safe.
私の付き添いも必要です。
I need to be with him too.
サトシ君はどの部屋にいるんです？
Which room is Satoshi-kun in?
この奥の病室に監禁されています。
He's in a confinement room down here.
そこは去年から彼専用の部屋になっています。
He's been staying there since last year. Oh my god, that must be lovely. He must be in a really good mental state. Not giving guns to your front soldiers in this situation is a choice. Yeah, I can imagine that, okay, they usually don't have guns. I can see that. I can understand that reasoning. But now, in this situation, they don't have guns? That's weird. How do you feel about Satoshi being alive? Very happy, very good. I don't hate Irie as much as I thought I would have to if he was really dead. That also explains why we never got to see the fragment of him being like actually dragged into the clinic and like saw what happened to him. Now it all makes sense why we didn't get to see that and why Rikishi just, you know, left it at that. I'm very happy. That's a good thing.
サト
But
シ
I'm also worried about him. You know, being locked into a confinement room in a bad mental state cannot be good for you after, you know, a whole year. Not being able to properly process the fact that you killed your aunt and that you were having a lot of issues before that in general as well. But it's okay. I think he'll be able to recover with Shion and Satoko. I am sure. The look in Shion's eyes made it clear her determination. The security guards who chased after Irie were in the security room on the first floor. They had resumed their game of poker. They knew that the mountain dogs were combing the mountains, and they were well aware that the Institute continued to be in danger. But their job was to stay in that room, and besides, they were working hard on their poker game. Of course, they weren't really concentrating on the game itself. They were still both chatting about the recent car chase, and both seemed proud about what they had done. They were ordered to shoot at the tires, but they wished they had been ordered to shoot at Iri himself. They definitely would have caught him then. They talked and laughed like that. That's messed up. When people stopped being on edge, that left them all the more vulnerable. This was a perfect example. That was why it took only 2 seconds to suppress them.
両手を頭の上へ。
Put your hands on your heads. The security guards were professionals. They immediately realized the guns Kasai, Akasaka, and Shion were holding weren't toys. They'd already heard there was a gunfight in the basement of the Sonozaki residence. The security guards knew they weren't dealing with amateurs. They also knew they wouldn't hesitate to fire. That was why they surrendered so quickly. They had handcuffs on them already, so it was easy for Kasai and the others to restrain them. The security guards had never thought they'd be wearing the cuffs themselves. They had especially never dreamed of being locked up in a toilet. Their hands were cuffed to the pipes behind them as they sat on the toilet seats. Their mouths were stuffed with hand towels, then covered with duct tape. Shion, clearly amused, remarked on how she always wanted to do this to someone. Kasai couldn't help but laugh. Of course she would say something like that. So far, so good. The real challenge is the basement. They'll see us on a security camera.
そのカメラはモノクロ？
Is the camera black and white?
画面は4分割？
And is the screen divided into 4 sections?
確かそうだったと思います。
I think so.
よくある防犯カメラの画面です。
It's one of those typical screens for a security camera.
ってことは解像度は良くないですね。
That means its resolution isn't that great,
な
huh?
ら私、いい手を思いつきました。
In that case, I have an idea.
シオンさん、捕虜の虐待はあまり良くないのでは？
What? Shion-san, maybe they've already suffered enough. Oh, are they gonna undress them and they're gonna dress as them and then pretend to be the bodyguards? Or security guards, rather. The mountain dogs weren't only locked in the bathroom, but had to go through extra humiliation. Radio calls continued to come in from the mountain dogs who were fighting up in the mountains. The security guards listened to them intently over the speakers. From what they could hear, it was obvious the mountain dogs weren't doing well at all. They kept falling into traps, suffering heavy losses, all of which they had never expected. It was clear that the mountain dogs were trapped, but they even started to think that they were being lured into something bigger than a simple military maneuver. The mountain dogs had made a mistake. They assumed the club members went to the mountains to escape from Hinamizawa, but they were wrong. They were simply being lured into their enemy's carefully prepared territory. The panicked voices of the mountain dogs, Takano's yelling, and Okunoki's reprimands could be heard through the speaker. It certainly sounded like a war zone.
大鳥1より大鳥。
Phoenix 1 to
休
Phoenix.
憩時間は終わりだぞ。俺たちも出撃する。壊滅した白崎のポジションを埋めるんだ。
We're moving in. We'll take over Hiron's
味
positions.
方の損害率はすでに致命的状況だが、敵は確実に後退を重ねてすでに包囲されつつある。
We've already suffered critical casualties on our side, but the enemy has steadily retreated and we have almost surrounded them.
もう一息だ。
We're almost there.
温存した大鳥で一気に圧殺する。
We'll use Phoenix to overpower
陣
them.
頭指揮はサンサが直接取られるそうだ。
The Major will take
俺
command.
も出るぞ。これで決着させる。
I'm going in too. We'll finish them off.
おい、隊長が出るぞ。
Hey, the commander is going as
大
well.
鳥も上がる。総力戦だ。
Phoenix is going in too. It's an all-out attack.
なんて奴らだ。
I can't believe
ってことは
this.
すでに被害は小隊規模にもなるってのか。
Have most of our units been defeated?
俺たちは何者を相手にしてるんだよ。
Who are we up against
相
anyway?
手はどこの特殊部隊だってんだ。
What kind of special unit are they? The security guards listening to the battle reports of the radio fluctuated between dismay and rejoicing. A cute chime rang suddenly. It was a warning chime that rang automatically when someone went through the entrance to the basement. When the chime rang, the guards were supposed to check the screen to see who was coming through. The one who looked at the screen needed a moment to comprehend what he was seeing.
Oi!
That's really funny. I doubt they would fall for this, but it's kind of hilarious. Hello, Nixoni. Hope you're doing good. The kids have triumphed over the professional military guys, as they should have.
Irie 首相だぞ。
Hey, it's Director Irie.
何？
What? They could see the two security guards on the first floor restraining Irie and some girl.
これ所長だよな。
Ah, so they have Kasai and... Wait, who else is with them? Akasaka. Dressed as security guards, and then they're gonna pretend to have captured them. I see. This is Director Irie,
どういう
right?
ことだ？
What's going on?
そういうことか。
I get it.
向こうは陽動で、こいつらが富武救出に忍び込もうとしたってことだ。
The unit fighting against the mountain dogs are a diversion. Those two are here to rescue Tomitake.
三佐に所長を連行したと連絡しろ。
Call the major and let her know we have the director. A buzzer sounded and a computer panel displayed information about the card being used to enter. Commissioned Officer Pass, ID 0001, Special Grade 1. Lieutenant Colonel Kyosuke Irie, Director. Password? We can't see. Probably I want maids at my home right now. Match. If you don't think professional military guys can be idiots, I have bridges for sale. I can see it. I mean, they also said that, you know, the kids were at a huge advantage due to being very familiar with the terrain. And they also had like a bunch of traps there that I guess they didn't see coming. So it's not unlikely, but it's still a little funny. And I'd have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these blasted kids and their god. I'm a brain surgeon, something like that. I really would have loved to see a really silly password. Fingerprint confirmation. I don't know why we see stars here too. Match. How strange. The security guards brought Irie down. That made sense. But why were they using the director's security access card? They were even using his fingerprint. Why were they having him do that? Wouldn't it be quicker for the guards to do that themselves? One of the guards figured it out, but it was too late. The door to the basement was open and the four newcomers forced their way inside. They ran through the security camera screen and were headed straight for the security room. They had them. Oh my god. And as soon as the door opened, the security guard started firing. Akasaka realized that if it had taken him a second longer to pull back, he would have been riddled with hundreds of bullets. One of the guards pushed the desk onto its side. The paper cups on the desk fell to the floor, spilling coffee everywhere. They used the desk as a barricade. The other two guards started to shoot at random. As long as the guards were shooting at a rescue unit, they couldn't counterattack. One of the guards activated the emergency alarm, and another picked up the submachine gun off the wall. Oh, this is there's like an alarm sound. That's really cool. The other one picked up a gas mask. It was impressive that they got their act together so quickly. A situation like this would result in a fierce gun battle, meaning that it would take quite a while for the rescue team to suppress the guards. The emergency alarm sounding in the basement reminded them that their surprise attack had failed. It's okay, don't worry about it. Shit. We couldn't do it.
でも敵は全員この中、袋のネズミです。
But they're stuck in that
この部屋
room.
に釘付けにしているうちに、サトシ君と富武さんを救出しちゃいましょう。
While they're there, we can rescue Satoshi-kun and Tomitake-san. What did I miss? They knocked out the security guards on the top level, and then they dressed up as them, pretending to have captured Shion and Irie, and then they broke into the basement, and now they're having a gunfight. The mountain dogs outside would definitely hear that alarm. If they took too long, the enemy would come to block their escape route. Then they'd be trapped inside.
そうだ。
Right.
確かセキュリティに侵入者対策で確か
I think there was something about dealing with intruders in the security system. Idia started to speak while he tried to recollect it. Shion told him that he should have remembered something like that before they came in. Before Idia remembered, a voice came on over the speakers. Gulp.
エントランス区画にて緊急事態が発生しました。
There has been an emergency in the entrance
エン
block.
トランス区画にて緊急事態が発生しました。
There has been an emergency in the entrance
問
block.
題が解決するまで研究施設内の全区画は緊急閉鎖されます。
All areas in the research center will be shut down as an emergency
エントラ
measure.
ンス区画のスタッフはセキュリティルームに集合し、
Oh,
防弾マスク
damn.
を着用してください。
All entrance area staff are to gather in the security room and put on gas
保安
masks.
隊員の指示に従ってください。
Please follow the security guard's instructions.
120秒後に研究区画及びエントランス区画には鎮圧用ガスの自動散布が行われます。
The gas will be disseminated automatically in the entrance area within 2
繰り返
minutes.
します。
I repeat.
どうやら2分以内に制圧して警報を解除しないとやばいことになりそうだな。
So we'll have to take them down and cancel the alarm within 2 minutes or we'll be in big trouble.
鎮圧用ガスって何ですか？
What kind of gas are we talking about here? I'm guessing it's the same type of gas they used to kill 2,000 villagers of Hinamizawa.
毒ガス？
Is it poisonous?
確かジフェニルシアノアルシンです。
I think it's whatever he said.
極めて高い濃度で吸えば危険ですが、命を直ちに脅かすものではありません。
If you inhale a lot of it, it's dangerous, but it's not
吸
deadly.
入の数分で作用。
It only takes a few seconds to take effect.
症状はいくつかありますが、最大の特徴は約30分間くしゃみが止まらなくなることです。
There are many symptoms, but the most common one is to sneeze for about 30 minutes. Isn't that also called red agent? The military used to use it to secure enemy territories. They either had to run out of there immediately or take over the security room, but since the area had been sealed off, they couldn't escape. But there were armed guards in the security room, and if the rescue unit members even peeked around the corner, they'd be shot at mercilessly.
ダメだ。
Damn it, this won't
これ
work.
では狙って撃つなんて到底できない。
We can't aim and shoot in this situation.
インドアの基本はグレネードか。
The basics of indoor combat. Grenades, huh?
そんなのないって。
Shit, we don't have any.
焦って飛び込めば蜂の巣です。
Sounds dangerous. Sounds dangerous, alright. If we rush in, we'll be
ど
shot
う
at.
すればいいんだ。
What can we do?
サトシ君は目前だというのに。
No, you can get him. Don't worry, girlie. Satoshi-kun is finally within my reach. Damn it. Shion pressed her forehead against her gun, gritting her teeth in frustration. As Kasai analyzed the situation, he stood up and spoke.
皆さ
Hello,
ん、
Gallo.
私に任せてもらいましょう。
They have their own charm, okay? They have their own little charm. The meat mittens. I love them. Look at this tie though. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Everyone, let me handle this. The guards in the security room were on edge too. Once the gas was flowing, everything would come to an end. But the guards knew their enemy wouldn't just sit and wait for that to happen. They'd come rushing in, regardless of the counterattack they'd face. Although the guards would still have the upper hand, it'd be a point-blank gunfight. They wouldn't come out of it unscathed. Therefore, as the deadline approached, their tension increased. The guards never even considered that the doors they opened would be shut again. They fired at the door, leaving many small holes in it. After that, it all went quiet. What were they thinking? There was nowhere to hide. The gas was about to be released. Why did they close the door? For what reason did they do that? That was when a loud explosion punched a hole in the door the size of a fist. Not only the door, but the wall in the security room had a similar hole.
Magnum!
Is it a magnum? No, that's a slug. A calm voice echoed from the other side of the door.
ご名答です。
Correct.
こいつは人間を撃つ弾じゃありません。
This weapon isn't meant to be fired at a
威
person.
力は皆さんほどならすでにご存知でしょう。
You know how powerful it is, right? Shit. The power of a slug bullet is limited to extremely close-range battles, but it is also incredibly powerful. After all, it's fired from a shotgun, but it doesn't scatter. A shotgun is meant to fire scatter shots, but it can be used to fire only one huge, incredibly powerful bullet. That's the slug. It's usually used for hunting. It's used to shoot at animals, not humans. If it was to be used on humans, their arms and legs would be shattered, and nothing would be left of their head. It shouldn't even be called a bullet. It should be called a cannon. It would easily pierce through the door, the desk they were using as a barricade, and any guards hiding behind the desk before slamming into the wall. The guards understood very well just how powerful it was. The kind of guns they had shot out many small bullets, therefore they didn't work as well through a door. But their enemies didn't care about the door at all. Their weapon could easily pierce through anything. Hiding behind a desk didn't mean a thing. It's actually kind of interesting. I didn't know this was a thing that you could shoot out of a shotgun, you know? It's kind of interesting. I didn't know that. You understand how powerful my weapon is, correct? If you don't want to die, please turn the alarm off. Calm down. The gas will be released any minute. You have to hang in there for just a few more seconds. Don't you realize your guts will be scattered all over the floor before that happens? Kasai's voice was extremely intimidating. Only one who truly understood the power of the shotgun could talk that way. We don't have time. I'll give you 5 seconds. If that alarm isn't turned off in 5 seconds, well, be prepared for that. Hey, what do we do? There are about 60 seconds left before the gas is released. Calm down, he's nervous too. Don't let him take control of the situation. That was when a deep voice rang out, reverberating through the pit of their stomachs. Hey, I've been nice up until now, but didn't you hear what I just said? It must have been coming from the same person, but it had changed so much so quickly. I, Tatsuyoshi Kasai, am giving it a chance to live. Oh, the accent is coming out. Aren't you a bit grateful for that, you pieces of shit? You don't think I'm serious, do ya? Huh? My god, he sounds so evil. Kasai really hard carrying right now. He's so cool. I love Kasai. Also, hello, Rebel. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Answer me! A roar and an explosion sounded at the same time. The upper half of the door disappeared. Numerous lead balls bounced around in the room, breaking the lights and ricocheting off the walls. Shattered glass fell onto the floor. The shotgun had turned the security room into hell. Pew pew! The hurricane of lead balls blew violently through the room as it shattered, scattered, and destroyed everything. The guards could only cover their heads and pray. They prayed the lead balls wouldn't hit them and endured the falling glass. Before they had a chance to recover, Kasai jumped in through what was left of the door and kicked the desk aside. He stepped onto one of the guards' heads and yelled at the others. He's so cool. Yeah, that's true. Shotguns have actually a way longer range than, you know, video games make it out to be. It's interesting. I recently learned that too. Alright, who wants to be minced first, huh? Is it you? What happened to that attitude just now, huh? No! I give up. Don't shoot! Don't waste my time, you shithead! Do you wanna die? I've dealt with far more dead people than any of ya. Sorry, please don't kill me. They dropped their guns voluntarily and got on the floor with their hands on their heads. Even Shion couldn't believe what just happened. There were several of them, and all had been amply armed. Kasai had a weapon too, but it was his presence that defeated them. Even the mountain dogs couldn't equal what Kasai once had to go through. What the heck are you taking a nap for? Do you want to inhale the gas? I can easily rip your masks off, you know? Turn the fucking alarm off already. I love this scene. Okay, I'll turn it off. I will. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. One of the guards got up in a hurry and switched the alarm off. Kasai stood there calmly, but they were only seconds away from the gas releasing. Shion and Akasaka came to their senses and quickly moved into the room to help Kasai subdue the guards.
Kasai... Anta...
Kasai, you are...
こんな真似は二度としないつもりでしたが、緊急措置でした。
The way his voice switched to being extremely calm again is really good. He's a great character. I love him. I never wanted to do something like that again, but it was an emergency. Please forget about it. That was the Kasai Shion knew. But in the end, Kasai hadn't killed anyone. Shion remembered Kasai telling her how terrifying shotguns were in the basement of the Sonozaki residence. That was Shotgun Tatsu, whom all the people in Shishibune were so afraid of. Let's hurry. The alarm has gone off already. We can't stay for long. You're right. Let's hurry. Akasaka and Kasai pulled out the guards' handcuffs and restrained them. Let's go!
Satoshi-kun...
Satoshi-kun, where's Satoshi-kun? Now that the security room was under their control, Shion realized there was nothing keeping her from seeing Satoshi. She was getting anxious. Irie had shown her the map. He must be down here somewhere, she thought. Shion had already started to run. I'm going too. We have to evacuate Satoshi-kun and Tomitake-san. Alright, go ahead.
1、2、3、4、5
No, don't tell me they missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Akasaka felt a chill running down his spine. Irie said there were 6 security guards. Shion wasn't paying attention to anything else. She was only thinking about her reunion with Satoshi, and she still can't hear in her left ear. To make things worse, the security guard is waiting on the left side of Shion. No! Shion had to regret letting her guard down just a bit too early. The mountain dog jumped out and grabbed Shion. He choked her neck with his thick arm. There was no way Shion could get out of this situation alone. Irie saw what had happened. Fortunately, their backs were turned towards him. Here was Irie's chance to attack the enemy. Come on, Irie! Be a hero for once. No. But today, Irie had lost a lot of confidence in himself. He felt he hadn't done anything right all day. Fighting wasn't his expertise, so there really wasn't anything he could have done. But he was disappointed in himself for not being able to help just the same. But in that moment, he was the only one who could do anything. If possible, he wanted to get Kasai or Akasaka. They were both very reliable. They could take out this man in an instant. But there was no time for that. Only in this moment was his back facing Irie. And if Irie didn't do anything, the dog was sure to take Shion hostage, creating a deadlock. Enemy backup could arrive at any moment, so being in a deadlock would mean death. Therefore, Irie couldn't depend on anyone else. He had to resolve the situation himself. He only had one chance. Once the unit member turned around, the deadlock would begin. But was there even a way for Irie to knock him down in one shot? No, he had to. He must. There had to be something that only Irie could do. Lobotomy straight up! Please don't actually tell me he's gonna, like, ram the pencil into his head. Irie took out a mechanical pencil out of his pocket. It was probably the strongest weapon he had.
くそ、やってくれますね、所長。
Ah, damn it, Director. Ow! Idia stabbed the man's neck with his mechanical pencil, but it only scratched him a little. What was he thinking? The man drew his gun, pressed it to Shion's head, and created a stalemate, just as Idia predicted. Bruh. This fucking guy. What? Sorry, I was only thinking about Satoshi-kun. Shion's eyes were filled with
さて
tears.
所長、月並みで恐縮ですが、他の侵入者ともども武装解除してもらいましょう。
Yeah, he tried. He did try. He did his best, but his best was nowhere near enough. Okay, Director, could you please tell your friends to get rid of their
さっ
weapons?
きのとんでもない音は相当でかい銃を持ち込んでますね。
Going by that huge sound before, one of you has a pretty big gun.
撃たれたらたまりませんので。
I don't want to get shot with that. Come on, Idia. Remember Kasai-san from earlier. You can do it. This fucking guy.
笑わせます。
He has the audacity to attack this guy with a mechanical pencil in the neck, not doing any damage, fucking up the situation, and now he's laughing? Don't make me laugh.
この入江機関、そして研究区画で、
Do you really think you can deal with
こ
me?
の入江京介に取引などできるつもりですか？
Here? In this basement of the Idia Institute?
何？
What?
これは高野さんの開発したシャーペン型の偽装注射器です。
Don't assume this is a regular mechanical pencil. This is actually a syringe that Takano-san developed.
薬物については説明が必要ですか？
Go, Idia, use bullshit! Do you want to know what was in it? Do I need to explain?
なんだと？
But what? If a regular person had said that, it wouldn't have worked. But Idia was wearing his white coat and the basement was his territory. What he just said sounded very believable. He wanted to believe that Idia was lying, but he started to feel an itch on the back of his neck.
H178 は高野さんが生み出した170番台の最高傑作です。
H178 is a drug Takano-san created. It's the masterpiece of the 170
い
series.
かなる治療手段もなく、わずか数分で錯乱、妄想、頭痛、鼻水、
What?
鼻詰まり、お通じの普通、数々の激症を引き起こし、最後には自らの爪でお尻をかき破って死んでしまいます。
There's no treatment, and symptoms such as confusion, delusion, headaches, runny nose, stuffy nose, constipation, and many other things will start within a few minutes. In the end, you'll scratch your butt so hard you'll bleed to death. Why the butt specifically, though, Idia?
治療法はただ一つ。
The only cure is
1分以内にこの解毒剤のお注射を受けることのみです。
to take the antidote within 1 minute.
嘘だ。
That's a lie.
すでに30秒経過ですね。
30 seconds have passed.
そろそろ心臓を経由して全身に回り始めてくる頃です。
It's going through your heart by now, and soon it'll be everywhere in your
全
body.
身のリンパ腺にかゆみは出ませんか？
Don't your lymph nodes itch yet?
寝るときにいびきやおならが出ませんか？
Do you snore or fart when you sleep? What is that question, dude? Why did you ask that question? Shion could only watch this pathetic act in silence. But for the mountain dog, who worked at such a shady research center, what Idia said sounded totally believable.
わかった。降参する。
Shit, okay, I give up.
早くその治療薬を打ってくれ。
Hurry up and give me the shot.
はて、言葉遣いがなっていませんね。
Is that the correct way to ask someone to do something for you?
わかりました。降参します。
Okay, I give up, sir.
早く注射をしてください。
Please give me the shot.
ダメですね。
Bruh, just... No, that's not good
ご
enough.
主人様への言葉遣いがなってい
Oh
ま
my
せん。
god! Only Idia could turn this into something weird! That's not how you talk to your
一
master.
度だけ指導しましょう。 いいですか？
I'll tell you one more time. Are you ready?
この注射はお尻に注射しなくてはなりません。
I have to inject you in the butt.
まず四つん這いになってズボンをずらし、
Oh
お
my
尻を出し
god.
ます。
What is this guy's issue? What is his problem? Are you ready? I have to inject you in the butt. Get on your hands and knees with your pants
その
down.
際お尻は突き出すようにし、両肩はぺったり床につけるようにします。
After that, stick your butt up by putting your shoulders on the
右
floor.
手の親指の爪を噛みながら振り返り、そうそう。
What in the fuck is this guy's issue? Bite your right thumbnail and turn around. There you
そし
go.
てあなたはご主人様、この私めにお注射をくださいませと哀願するのです。
Shake your butt and beg me to give you the
見え
antidote.
ませんか？
What? You can't do that?
投げかわし。そもそも古代
Oh
メイド
my
は
god.
ご主人様への絶対忠誠を誓い、メッシ暴行によって美徳と文化を築き上げてきたのです。
Yukishi, what the hell? We should let him die. He should die right now. Kill him. He deserves to die. That's sad. Ever since the ancient times, maids vowed complete loyalty to their masters. Their selfless devotion has created the virtues and culture we enjoy today.
そんな素晴らしい社会を作ったのに、近年の日本はどうですか？
But look what is happening to that wonderful Japan nowadays.
メイドの心を忘れた若者はガングロ、ルーズソックス、派手派手なハワイ装束。
Okay, I think I'm done reading this.
大和なでしこが情けない。お肌をスレスレにお手入れして過剰な日焼けには要注意。ソックスはもちろんニーソですが、黒のストッキングも素晴らしい。いや、でもたまにはハイソックスも素敵です。そして培われるメイドの心。思えば日本はわびさびとメイドを忘れました。その結果がこの低出産率、超高齢化社会。今や熟年人口は増え続け、萌えメディアもその層をターゲットにするのは時間の問題。
What is he saying? Maybe Takano was right. He deserves to die. End him yourself, please do. Hello, Moontoms. He's going to make the guard pass out because of the psychological damage. You know, it might prove to be an effective weapon, who knows?
やがてはストライクゾーン春が真上とされてきたおばさんに
Oh
も
my
スポットライトが当てられ、
god!
いつしかそれが主流にすらなってゆく。
This is just Ryukishi letting out his perv side. I don't know why. He's just using Iri as a self-insert every now and then.
おばさんとメイドの組み合わせはまさにトイレ用洗剤。混ぜるな危険。それを混ぜるとなぜかメイドでなく家政婦さんになり、急にトレンディードラマから昼ドラっぽくなっちゃうのです。それはつまりメイドの絶滅。
I mean, okay. I love maids, okay? I think they're super cute. I love them, okay? But this guy has to die. I love maids as much as the next guy, okay? But not like this, not like that.
その時、月は砕け、悲しみの雨を地上に降らし、地球をアステロイドベルトが覆う。それこそが予言書に記された最後の審判の日。全世界を偉大なるメイドカチューシャが覆いしとき、真のメイド世界が開かれる。
What is he even saying?
そうだそうそう。図が高い。ひざまずけ。
He's still going.
メイドの魂をここに集うのだ。
Take back the stone from that kid? What is he saying? Oh my god! What is going on? Oh my fucking god! This is such comedy! What is happening? Oh my fucking god. Oh. I'm fucking dying. Wait, is that a JoJo reference? This feels like a joke screen so hard. It's just a big fucking joke. Joke? The god probably thinks he has reached the hallucination stage. Yup. I'm imagining Satoshi having to hear this every goddamn time idiot checks up on him. Yup. Yup. Made in Heaven is a stand in JoJo. Ah, okay. And a song by the band Queen. I have to watch JoJo at some point. That was kind of fucking funny. Are you okay, Shion-chan? I like how they just don't pay him any mind. Yes, thank you. Coach? Akasaka-san and Kasai are here. They got him. What? But I'm not finished teaching him about maids yet. You can continue later, Doctor. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Almost all JoJo stands are named after artists, albums, or songs, by the way. The most recent JoJo chapter had a canon bisexual character. I'm so happy. Ooh, that's very cool. I heard from people saying that I would really enjoy JoJo, and I believe it. I think I would love it, so I have to watch it someday. Satoshi-kun. I can't believe we just went from that to the seriousness that is finding Satoshi-kun after like fucking... how many years? 2? No, 1 year. Almost 2. Close. There really was nobody left to stop her. Shion ran down the hallway at full speed. It was right there. There was a huge window in front of Shion that allowed her to look inside. Shion threw herself at the window. Satoshi! They have to swap a lot of stuff in the English releases? Oh, I see. Always watch with subs, never the dubs. Okay, I don't watch dub very often anyway. I think the only dub that I've watched in recent years was Dungeon Meshi, because I like it. And I had already watched it with subs, so... I can't believe how long that scene was. We're already at another ad break. It's supposed to start in 4 minutes, and I'm thinking this will be quite an emotional, long scene. So I'm gonna take a break here. The subs also edited up, but they just say the English name of the stuff. Okay, I see. I should watch it someday. Maybe we can do like a watch along or something. I haven't done that in a long time. Anyway, quick ad break. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Okay. I wonder if we'll be able to finish chapter 10 today. I can't believe how long this chapter is. I don't know when we started it last stream. I think pretty much in the beginning of the last stream. So the fact that this has been going on for like what, 7 hours now is kind of insane. Also, thank you for the welcome backs. Welcome back to you too. Alright. Let's keep reading. How many chapters are left again? I think, after this one, 4 more? 3? Hold on, let me do math. I can't do math. 11, 12, 13, 14. Maybe not that many, actually. We have 10 out of 14 achievements. So maybe it's only 3 chapters that are left, and then 1 is like the finish the game or read the staff room extra. So maybe 3, maybe 4. Who knows? Hello, Chiharu. Hi. We're doing good today. And we have Confession running, which is just a different version of you. Thank you, Maris. Welcome back to you too. Satoshi was there lying on the bed. He was sleeping with an IV connected to his arm. There were some wires attached to his forehead and chest to observe his brainwaves. The waves of light displayed on the machine they connected to prove that he was at least still alive. But he might be sleeping very deeply. His face was pale and he looked like there was barely any life left in him.
生きてるんだよね。
He is alive, right?
サトシ君、生きてるんだよね。
Satoshi-kun is alive, isn't he?
落ち着いてください。
I'm sure he's fine. I hope you're too. I am, thank you. Calm
入
down.
江先生、早く彼を。
Dr. Irie, hurry. Irie brought in a stretcher to load Satoshi onto. Kasai opened it up.
早くサトシ君を、サトシ君を。
Hurry, put Satoshi-kun on it.
シオンさん、彼を出す前に一つだけどうしても約束してほしいことがあります。
Shion-san, before we take him out of here, there's one thing I want you to promise me. Irie gave Shion a condition. What is he saying now? Shion angrily
今
thought.
から彼を担架に移しますが、決して起こそうとしてはいけません。
I'm going to move him onto the stretcher, but don't try to wake him
いい
up.
ですね。絶対約束してください。
Do you understand? I want you to promise me.
どうして
Why?
どうして起こしちゃいけないんですか
Why can't I wake him up? That was the first thing Shion wanted to do. She wanted to tell him personally that he was free, but Irie was telling her that she couldn't do that.
辛いことですが、真実だけを手短に話します。
I know it's hard. I'm going to tell you the truth
サ
quickly.
トシ君はあの日、末期発症により脳と心に深刻なダメージを受けました。
Oh my god, it's just straight up you! Satoshi-kun suffered serious emotional damage on that
幸い
day.
なことに命に異常はありませんが、サトシ君には目に入るものの敵味方、真実と虚構の区別がつかないのです。
Fortunately, he's alive, but he can't tell his friends from his enemies or truth from
過度
fiction.
の被害妄想と恐怖に取りつかれ、それから逃れるために急祖が猫を噛むように目の前にいるのが誰であろうと襲いかかります。
He is suffering from a serious delusion of persecution and fear. To escape from that, he would attack anyone.
昨年、不用心なスタッフが整形手術を必要とするほどの大怪我をしました。
In fact, one of the clinic staff was seriously injured last year, so much that she had to go through facial reconstruction surgery.
彼はたとえあなたであっても例外としません。
He would even attack you. Shion finally noticed it. While Satoshi was covered in a blanket on the bed, there were two belts over that blanket, holding him down on the bed, and that he also had leather straps around his arms. He was restrained to the bed. The belts had some marks on
そん
them.
な
Free, but he wasn't a prisoner? Well, I think you might have to change your mind on that. Kind of. He's a patient slash prisoner.
それって治るんですか
But is he ever going to get better? The silence that followed was cruel. Irie wanted to tell her that he would be cured, but he was a doctor. He knew he shouldn't say anything irresponsible, and so that was why he couldn't say anything.
何それ
What is it?
何それ
What the heck is it?
何
Are you
サ
saying...
トシ君はもうムーって言ってくれないの
Are you saying Satoshi-kun will never say anything anymore?
私の頭を撫でてくれないの
He will never rub my head ever
な
again?
んで
Why?
なんで
Why? Shion cried as she pounded on the
いけ
glass.
ません。
Stop.
彼のことを本当に大切に思うなら
If you really care about him,
彼を起こさないでください。
please don't wake him up.
それはきっと彼が望むことでもあるのです。
That's what he wants
起
too.
こせばそのサトシ君の姿はあなたを必ず傷つけます。
If you wake him up, he will likely hurt you.
そしてサトシ君もその姿をあなたに見せたいとは思わないはずです。
He doesn't want you to see him like that
です
either.
から分かってください。
So please try to understand. Ah. Good news, he's alive. I was hoping it wouldn't be like this. I had a feeling that it might be. I had a bad feeling about it. But, you know, I was being hopeful. I was thinking, oh, hey, maybe he'll be fine. He'll be totally okay. Turns out, no. But maybe he will recover with the help of friends. You know, maybe they can do something to make him feel normal again. Who knows? Why? It's okay, calm down. He'll be fine. You gotta believe in friendship and power and magic. I believe he'll be fine. Shion slid down the window and hit the floor, crying uncontrollably. She scratched at the floor at the sad reunion, and her anger met her claw at the tiles. If Satoshi's smile was there under the floor, Shion would scratch until all of her nails were gone. But Satoshi wasn't under the floor, he was right there. He was sleeping on the bed, and he wasn't supposed to be woken up.
ですが、決して悪い話だけではないのです。
But there is some good news too.
微弱ですが、この1年、脳波の傾向に回復の兆しが見られるんです。
It was a very small change, but his brain waves have improved just a little in the past
人
year.
間の体は弱くありません。
Human
たくましいんです。
bodies are
それ
strong.
は脳も同じです。
The same can be said about their
脳
brains.
に致命的損傷を負った人が奇跡的に回復を遂げたという報告は世界中にあります。
There have been cases of people who have received fatal injuries to their brains yet recovered completely.
サトシ君は帰ってこようとしています。
Satoshi-kun is trying very hard to come
必
back.
死に戦っています。
He's continuing to
そして
fight.
私も負けない。
I won't give up either.
帰ろうと戦うサトシ君をこちら側に連れ戻そうと私は今後も研究を続けます。
I'm doing my best to bring Satoshi-kun back to our side.
そして必ずサトシ君をひなみ沢に連れて帰ってみせます。
And I will bring Satoshi-kun back to Hinamizawa. Maybe Akasaka can cure him? I was thinking more so Hanyu or something, but you know, sure, Akasaka the god himself. The brain is what moves people, but the brain is only a part of a body. If something happens to the brain, the person will end up changing. That change hurts the person himself as well as the people around him. And hurting others hurts that person even more. Iria recalled his parents. The abnormal change in his father. His mother was not able to understand that it was caused by a brain disorder. That was enough. That was sad enough. That was the reason why Iria became a neurologist. Right now, there was a young boy before him, and a young girl. Before him was a fragment of the sadness from that day, a fragment of that day's regret. After his father's death, Iria learned that he was misunderstood, and that it was due to a brain disorder, but it was all too late by then. He regretted not getting into the study of brains 5 years earlier, but it was too late. But now he had studied and experienced so much. He had achieved things and he had confidence, but he still had regrets about that day. Iria holds his fists tightly and spoke without hiding his tears.
絶対です。
I promise.
命をかけてもいい。
I bet my life on it.
私は絶対にサトシ君をひなみ沢へ連れ帰ります。
I will bring back Satoshi-kun to
この
Hinamizawa.
入江京介が絶対というのです。
I promise you.
そしてサトシ君も帰ってこようとしている。
Satoshi-kun is trying to come back.
互いが手を伸ばし合って届かぬわけがない。
If we reach out to each other, it will happen. How can this be the same guy? Yeah, oh my god. Yeah. How can this be the same guy that was just talking about maids in the most manic way possible? But then he says stuff like this too. I don't know what to feel in regards to this guy. I hate him, but also pop off, dude. Idiot not being lame. Oh my god, he's cool for once.
だからシオンさん、私を信じて、その日まで待ってください。
Shion-san, please trust me and wait.
絶対、
I promise you.
絶対この入江京介が彼を連れ帰ります。
I will bring him back to Hinamizawa. Iria vowed this from the bottom of his heart, and he realized something. Iria realized that everything he had done was in preparation for this day. The two people in front of him weren't his parents. But he was going to rid himself of his regrets and devote himself to that promise.
本当に
Really?
本当ですね。
Are you sure?
サトシくん、帰ってくるんですね。
Is Satoshi-kun coming back?
本当に。
絶対です。
Yes, he is.
私の人生のすべてを捧げてでも彼をひなみ沢へ連れ帰ります。
I bet my life on it. He's coming back to Hinamizawa.
シオンさん、
So, Shion-san,
その日を信じて私と待ちましょう。
please wait until that
そ
day.
してきっと私たちで彼を迎えてあげましょう。
And we'll welcome him back together.
その日まで待てますか？
Do you think you can wait until that day
この
comes?
悲しい事実をさとこちゃんに内緒にできますか？
Can you keep this a secret from Satoko-chan?
サトシくん、帰ってくるなら何でもします。
You're gonna do what? A secret? Excuse-moi? That's not fair. I don't think that's fair at all. She should know. That's her brother. What the hell? You can't keep that a secret from her. That's fucked up. I know she's a kid, but what the hell? That's really messed up. I don't agree with that at all. She should know. Yes, if Satoshi-kun is coming back, I'll do anything.
何でも我慢します。
I'll endure anything.
あれを見てください。
Please, look over there. There was something in the corner of that dark room. It was a giant teddy bear that Satoshi had bought that
彼
day.
がさとこちゃんの誕生日のために一生懸命に働いて貯めたお金で買ったものです。
He worked so hard and saved a lot of money to buy that for Satoko-chan's
あれ
birthday.
をさとしくんがさとこちゃんに渡さないでこの世を去るなんて考えられますか？
Can you imagine Satoshi-kun leaving without giving it to
考
Satoko-chan?
えられないでしょ。
No, you can't, can you?
さとしくんは必ずあのぬいぐるみと一緒にあなたとさとこちゃんのところへ帰ってきます。
Satoshi-kun will come back to you and Satoko-chan with that teddy
ど
bear.
うかその日まで我慢をしてください。
Please, just wait until the day comes.
お見舞いに来てもいいですか？
Can I come visit him
も
though?
ちろんです。
Of course.
彼の脇に座ったり本を読んであげたりしてもいいですか？
Can I sit next to him and read a book to him?
それから
And
いいですよ。
absolutely.
彼も喜ぶでしょう。
I'm sure he'd like that too. Shion started to cry again. Akasaka came in with Tomitake, but he couldn't say anything to her.
無事でよかったです。
I forgot about Tomitake being here too. I'm glad you're
あなたに
safe.
番犬を呼んでもらえれば全ては解決できます。
Once you call the Bloodhounds, everything will be okay.
実はそうもいかないのです。
Well, it won't be that
さっき
easy.
の保安室の銃撃戦で無線装置が壊れたようなのです。
That gunfight earlier destroyed the radio equipment in the security
山犬
room.
は非常時対応で村全体の通信手段を遮断しているでしょうから、ここの無線装置が損傷した以上、東京へ連絡をするには村を脱出するほかないんです。
The mountain dogs must have cut all the communications leading out of the village, so the only way to get in touch with Tokyo would be to leave.
となれば車で強行突破するしかないでしょう。
If that's the case, we'll have to break through in a car.
ミオンさんたちもよく時間を稼いでくれています。
It's actually crazy they pulled this emotional scene off after the ass scene. Somehow they did it, yeah. It was a pretty good scene. Though I don't agree with how they're gonna handle it necessarily, but it's very beautiful. And I'm sure it'll be fine. He'll be okay. Mion-san and the others are doing a great job gaining some time for
し
us.
かし籠城ですからやがては追い詰められるでしょう。
But they will be cornered
一
eventually.
刻も早く富武さんを村の外へ脱出させ番犬を呼び寄せる必要があります。
We have to take Tomitake-san out of the village so he can call the Bloodhounds.
困った問題が一つ。
We have a problem.
彼らが非常時対応で電話線を遮断しているなら、同じ対応で町へ通じる街道を封鎖することになっているのです。
If they've already cut the phone lines, they must have closed the road to town
車両
too.
突破を防ぐため、彼らには歩兵が携帯する対戦車榴弾砲が一つ与えられているはずです。
They're also supposed to carry one high-explosive anti-tank weapon in case a vehicle tries to break through.
RPG-7 ですか。
An RPG-7, huh?
戦車を想定していないでしょうから、弾頭は榴弾でしょうが、直撃しなくても車がひっくり返るかもしれません。
They aren't expecting a tank, so I guess they will be using high explosives. Even if they don't hit us directly, they might flip the car.
相当厄介な相手です。
They're not easy to deal with.
しかし、街道を車で突破しなかったら、無駄な時間がかかりすぎる。
But unless we use the highway, it would take too much
迂回
time.
などしていたら日が暮れます。
We can't take any
みん
detours.
なもよく戦ってくれていると思うが、暮れるまで持ちこたえられるとは思えません。
They're all doing great, but I don't think they'll last until
急が
sunset.
ないと危険です。
We have to hurry.
もたもたしてる暇はないです。
We don't have any time to waste, huh?
何が何でも富武のおじさまを沖宮に大至急。
We've gotta take Mr. Tomitaka to Okinomiya
監
immediately.
督はサトシ君と安全な場所へ。
Coach, head to a safe place with
とにかく
Satoshi-kun.
大至急出ましょう。
Let's get out of here
ここに
quickly.
敵が殺到するのも時間の問題です。
It's only a matter of time before they show up. Shion's eyes were swollen from crying, but she had calmed down. Satoshi's safety depended on their victory. They had to win for his sake too. Although this is a very sad situation, Satoshi was alive and he would be back someday. Shion understood that, but yet more tears poured from her eyes. Sis, everyone, thank you. We've succeeded over here. Oh my god. The last time we saw her outside in that outfit was when she shot all of them! They're getting a lot of mileage out of you. It's a great song. Can't go wrong with it. Takano didn't have enough stamina to walk around in the mountains. She was running out of breath, but even so, she continued to scream at the mountain dogs on the radio. She wasn't using an intercom like the mountain dogs were. Instead, she was using the communication unit on the back of one of the dogs, so you constantly had to listen to her yelling. Damn.
どいつもこいつも頼りないったらありゃしない。
Everyone is so useless.
それでも特殊部隊なの？
How can they call themselves a special
天
unit?
下の山犬はどうしたというのよ。
Whatever happened to the famous mountain dogs, huh? Takano bit her lower lip and squeezed her left arm with her nails. Her arms had nail marks all over them. She was holding her grandfather's research scrapbook in her left hand. Even Takano didn't know why she was holding it. Maybe she grabbed it unconsciously because she wanted her grandfather to comfort her. The mountain dogs had already suffered devastating damage. They had to walk around in an area they weren't familiar with, and they wasted their energy on the multitude of traps that had been set. Although they were as tough as they can be, they were getting exhausted.
くそ、うちの酸素にゃ。
Shit, does the Major even know any commands other than attack? The fact that they're even willing to go along with this for this long is kind of impressive. They're just chasing a bunch of kids, stepping on like all sorts of traps and whatnot, getting yelled at by some lady that doesn't know anything about strategic military commands. Because she doesn't know about any of this. She might have like a military rank, but she isn't from the military. She doesn't know how to command people. I'm surprised she's even allowed to do it instead of someone like Okonogi, you know, who has actual experience with it. But, you know, good for the kids, because at least they will get fed up with her and eventually just, I'm guessing they'll just stop listening to her and just give up or something like that. I'm hoping.
ウグイス1よりウグイス13。用心しろ。お前の左翼が沈黙した。
Nightingale 1 to Nightingale 3. At 13, watch out, your left wing is
今
down.
度はお
I
前
can
が
read
狙われる
numbers.
ぞ。
You're next.
ふざけるなよ。
You've gotta be kidding me.
なんだってんだよ。
Why
俺
me?
かよ、ちくしょう。
Damn it! He panicked. The same thing kept happening. His team members had been going down one at a time, starting from the left flank, and he was next. Okonogi too busy with his personal vendetta against Akasaka, and he doesn't even know if he's actually there, which is kind of funny. And I don't think Akasaka's... no, not Akasaka. Okonogi's out on the field. I think he was in the car with Takano, commanding them, so I'm kind of surprised. Did that mean the enemy was coming from his 9 o'clock? No, those demons didn't think normally. On this mountain, being aware of 360 degrees around yourself wasn't enough. Even being cautious of the ground below your feet and sky above your head wasn't enough. Where are they fucking coming from? Those bastards! Come here, come the fuck at me! Nightingale 13 held his taser in front of him as he looked around timidly. This taser could have been a powerful weapon, but it was far more effectively used indoors. In this mountain, it was almost worthless. Nightingale 13 heard a noise behind him from a bush. He thought he saw something, so he fired his taser. The electrodes flew out into the bush. Did he just imagine it? He felt a tug on his taser. The cord from the taser was stuck on the bush, and he couldn't rewind it. If it wasn't useless before, it had certainly become that way. Then he heard a noise behind him again, and this time he saw someone coming at him. But his weapon was useless. The newcomer growled at him. What the hell? He's like a dog. Damn you! That was all it took. Because he was so scared he didn't think. That was exactly what Satoko expected. Satoko, who was up in the tree, dropped a metal bucket on his head. Ow, 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 ow! It landed perfectly. What the heck? What is this? The bucket had some drawings on it. What were they? They were drawings of strange, unknown creatures. They somehow resembled those strange characters you see in educational TV programs. Aren't they just so cute? Take it home with you. As Anna jumped out from another bush, she hit the bucket with a stick. No, maybe it should be described as a strike instead of a hit. The man flew backwards. Keiichi was ready for him. The stance he was in looked a bit like... That's it. He looked like a batter in a batter's box. He was on 1 foot. That was the legendary 1-foot swing created by that one famous baseball player. I don't know who. The emotional whiplash on this chapter, it's crazy. They're home aloneing this guy's ass. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. That we won't name, unfortunately. Might as well drop the name here, so we all know who it is, but it's fine. Destructive force can't be measured from just one direction. It's a function of both speeds added together. Both Keiichi's strike and the speed of his opponent created a truly amazing destructive force. A home run bunch! With an exhilarating and magnificent sound, the mountain dog flew into the air in the opposite direction. And he rolled down on the ground and stopped. There, Rika awaited him. It was almost as though they calculated that he would end up there. Poor thing, poor thing. Pat, pat, meep, meep. Rika patted the bucket happily. This comforting moment for Nightingale 13 only lasted for a second. Mion shot her taser at his butt. Nightingale 13 jerked for a moment, then went limp. That laugh. Another one down. Let's tie him up. Keiichi and Rena jumped at him and tied his hands behind his back with wire. That was great. What a team we are. That was perfect. We shall do combination 7 next. I want to do 5 again. Oh, you liked that one, did you? You might have a hidden talent for using traps, Hanyu-san. Hanyu and Sadako high-fived. They're so cute. While Keiichi and Rena tied Nightingale 13 up, Rika tried to sense something in the air. I feel something coming towards us from that direction. There are two. And they're both very scared. Nipa! She's incredible. Is she a backing truck? She sounds like it. Or like one of those metal detectors. Rika reported to Mion. She was a bit like a radar. Mion didn't even care about the guy that they had just knocked out. She was already trying to figure out their next move while looking at Satoko's map and using the info Rika gave her. This is kind of hard to read over this text, not gonna lie. Not the text, the background. The text is hard to read over the background. Everyone eagerly awaited Mion's next order. Why are you looking at me that way? You haven't had enough fun yet? Yeah. I guess we're just getting warmed up, huh? Shall we continue? Let's get them all. Mion was a great leader. She had both leadership skills and tactical ability, but more than anything else, she was great at encouraging people's spirits. There are no cowardly soldiers under a brave general, and brave soldiers fight like a million men under Mion's command. Nobody could stop Mion and her club members. Both Mion and Okonogi's original estimates were too low. Now, Okonogi was thinking something else. Before they started this siege, he likened one of them to a well-trained platoon, but that didn't fit anymore. They were on par with an elite armored division. Foot soldiers couldn't beat an armored division. What Okonogi had was just a company. Where was the air support or a bombardment from a warship or an artillery base? Okonogi needed someone to pump the mountain full of holes. If he couldn't have that, he needed a submarine to fire a nuclear weapon. If he couldn't have that, he wanted it to retreat. Okonogi no longer doubted it. The enemy commander was a genius. Under a mighty commander, all soldiers become heroes. He wanted to see the face of the commander, or at least he wanted to know their name. But then Okonogi remembered that demons used to live in Hinamizawa. He also realized the commander had to be a demon. Nightingale 13 is down. Phoenix 4 is down. This is Skylark 10. I can hear the voices of children. I'm surrounded. Help me! Skylark 10, fall back! This whole situation is so hilarious. To where? This is Phoenix 9. I found R. I'm following her. I need assistance. Phoenix 9, where are you? I don't know where you are. Give me your current location. There is a fog. It's cold. Is this a riverbank? Phoenix 9, there are no rivers anywhere near us. Calm down. Where are you? What? I can see... What? Is he okay? I can see my dead sister on the other side of the river. Sis! Phoenix 9! Phoenix 9! Answer me! Phoenix 9 is down. What's going on with that guy? Guerrilla tactics are effective, and at least one mountain dog shot another. Would put money on that. Honestly, I can see that happening. Bro's having a near-death experience. Oh. This is impossible. They must be the demons of this mountain. I know. They're all being demoned away. None of us are making it out of here alive tonight.
バカなことを口走るのはやめろ。
Stop saying things like that.
各班長は採点庫で状況把握と指揮高揚に努めろ。
All unit leaders conduct a roll call and give your members some encouragement.
敵は悪魔なんかじゃない。
Our enemies aren't
ただの
demons.
クソガキだ。
They're just a bunch of damn
ビ
kids.
ビるな。格の違いを見せてやれ。
Show them what we've got. I didn't expect her to just start laughing like that.
聞こえる。誰のインカムから聞こえてるんだ。
I hear that. Whose intercom is it coming from?
俺じゃない。俺じゃない。
Not mine. It's not coming from mine.
クマだ。
A bear. Onikakushi, are we going for Watanagashi next? The funny thing is, this is during Watanagashi.
大鳥3だ。
This is Phoenix
ここ
3.
には野生のクマがいるのか。
Are there wild bears
聞
here?
いていない。
That wasn't in the
大
briefing.
鳥1、一度撤退し、下記の武装の検討を。
Phoenix 1, let's fall back. Give us approval to use firearms.
バカ言うんじゃねえ。いくら矢口三家ったって野生のクマがいるはずねえだろう。
Don't be stupid. There are no wild bears around here.
連中のハったりだ。乗せられるな。
It's just them. Don't let them fool you.
人の身に過ぎたるを知らぬ愚かなる人間たち。
You foolish humans.
汚すことを許されぬ聖地を踏み荒らす罪を知るがいい。
Know your sins for stepping onto the sacred ground.
我に感謝せよ。聖地を汚した罪をあがなう機会を与えしことを感謝せよ。
Be grateful to me for I'm giving you a chance to atone.
ちくしょう。誰かのインカムを奪ってやがるんだ。
Damn it, she has one of our
敵の
intercoms.
指揮減退戦術に乗るな。
Don't let the enemy fool you.
恐れを知ることかなわぬ哀れな人間どもよ。
You fearless humans.
よかろう。汝らがその身でしか知ることができないというなら、我がそれを教えようぞ。
If you can only learn by making mistakes, then I shall teach you.
ウグイス1だ。
This is Nightingale 1.
光栄が来ていない。
Where is everyone?
どこへ行った。応答しろ。
Where did you all go? Come in, come in.
哀れなウグイスが一羽踏み込むこと許されぬ地に迷い込む。
I see a helpless bird getting lost in a forbidden
そ
forest.
んなにも知りたいか。
Do you want to know that badly?
鬼の世を知りたいか。
Do you want to know about the world of demons?
告げよ。人の世に別れよ。
Say goodbye to the world of
我
humans.
が忠告に耳を重ぬ具を今より知れ。
Curse your foolishness for not listening to my warning. What is happening to Keiichi?
誰の姫だ今の。
Oh, okay. Who was that?
ウグイス、天候を取れ。
Nightingale, roll call. Keiichi's voice acting.
またやられた。
One more down.
誰が沈黙した。
Who was it?
それより本部、俺の左肩には誰かいるんだよな。
By the way, HQ, I have someone on my left, right?
俺は孤立してるんじゃないよな。
I'm not alone, am I?
まだ聞きたいか。痛みを伴う声が。
Do you want to hear more painful voices?
なんだよ今の音。
What was that?
何がひしゃげたらあんな音になるんだよ。
What made that sound?
俺昔電車の飛び込みを見たことある。
I've seen someone jump in front of a train
あ
before.
の時と同じだ。
It made the exact same sound.
全身がひしゃげる音だ。
That's the sound of a human body being crushed.
やだ、そんな死に方ごめんだ。
No, I don't want to die like that.
死にたくねえ。死にたくね
I don't want to die. I don't want to
え。
die.
やめてくれ、山の神様。
Please, God of the mountain, please
俺
stop.
も好きでやってるわけじゃねえんだ。給料もらってやってるだけなんだ。
I'm not doing this because I want to. I'm doing this because I get paid for it.
ウグイス1より本部。
Nightingale 1 to
ダ
base.
メだ。士気の高揚は困難。
This isn't
隊員
working.
の脱落と士気低下は深刻。
Too many unit members are dropping out, and it's almost impossible to get them to fight
こ
anymore.
れ以上の戦線維持は困難
We can't maintain the battle line. They turn into theater kids. Real.
損害が増えるだけだ
You're just going to lose more men.
だから落ち着けウグイス1
Calm down, Nightingale
他
1.
の隊員は野戦の素人ばかりじゃねえか
The rest of our soldiers are all amateurs in the
お
field.
前はあの地獄の卒業生だろうが
You graduated from that hell.
そうお前が混乱してどうするんだ
So what are you doing getting shook up?
落ち着けお前が範を示せ
Calm down and set an example.
本部ウグイス1が応答しない
Base, there's no response from Nightingale 1.
そんなあの人がやられるなんてダメだやっぱり悪魔だ
I can't believe it, but he's down. This is impossible. They are demons.
ダメだくそ
No, damn it.
敵は心理戦までこなしやがるのか
Our enemies even using psychological warfare.
ガキどものくせにプロの不正規戦部隊に指揮減退戦術まで仕掛けやがるというのか
Those damn punks are winning against a professional, unconventional warfare unit. Radios are usually helpful communication tools, but in this case, they backfired. The club members took an intercom from a mountain dog they knocked out and used it to corner one of the members psychologically. It worked even more effectively because they were in enemy territory and were unfamiliar with the terrain. The best solution would be to make everyone stop using the intercom, but that would give the enemy more chances to attack them individually. Okunoki was growing fearful of the club members, as he still hadn't grasped their true identities. However, Takano still hadn't recognized how serious the situation was. She kept yelling at the mountain dogs to get their act together. Okunoki could tell she was exactly the type of commander who only commanded to attack and let her men die. But Takano's reckless orders were working in a way. Although the club members were winning, their area of operation was getting smaller. Club members were trying to lure their enemies to one trap after another. In other words, they were defeating the mountain dogs by allowing them to come into their territory. The mountain dogs were about to be annihilated, but the curtains were closing on the club members' theater too. Okunoki realized his enemies were trying to finish this battle in a hurry. If the mountain dogs fell back, everything they'd done would be for nothing. He didn't want to, but he had to follow the princess's orders. Okunoki figured he was finally about to get his enemies. Hanyu and Keiichi continued to act over the commandeered radio.
羽生ちゃんすごいよ本当の神様みたいだった
That was great, Hanyu-chan. You sounded like a real god.
っていうかすごいね羽生
You really were awesome, Hanyu.
あのドスは波の人間にはちょいと無理だよ
I never thought a normal person could sound like that.
だって神様なのですから
It's because she is a god.
それを言ったらケイイチもすごいのです
But Keiichi was great too.
鶏の首を絞めたみたいなすごい悲鳴を出してましたです
His scream was incredible, like someone was strangling a chicken.
こんなのケイイチさんには朝飯前ですわよ
Wow. That was easy for Keiichi-san, no?
何しろ我が部の通り名は口先の魔術師でございますもの
In our club, he is also known as the magician of words.
へへへ相手が人で耳がついてる限り
As long as my opponent is a human being with
誰
ears,
だろうと俺様のケイイチマジックで思いのままに操ってやるぜ
I can control him. You should become a voice actor. I bet you'd be famous. Oh, I love Satoko. Right after committing war crimes, Nipa! It's so like her though, it's really good. Can you hear me?
私は高野よ三等陸佐よ
I'm Takano, Major
あん
Takano.
たたちの最上位の上司よ
I'm your boss's boss.
聞きなさい鬼もいないし神様もいないわ
Listen well, there's no god or
も
demon.
しいるなら戦いなさい
And if there is, then you can still
神
fight.
などその座から引きずり下ろしてやるのよ
Drag God down from its pedestal.
ヒバリとウグイスは合流して戦力を立て直しなさい
Scholark and Nightingale, join up and reorganize your
大
forces.
鳥は白鷺の残存と合流
Phoenix, you join the remainder of Huron.
敵は山頂付近と営林署の資材小屋あたりを本拠地にしている模様
This is a banger though, this is nice to listen to. The enemies are near the top of the mountain. Their base is probably somewhere by the Forestry Service's storage shed. They're at the top, so of course they could see our movements. They'd be trying to ambush you. Even if you have to stab each other, make sure you take them out. Major, let us arm ourselves. We need more than tasers. Absolutely not. We finally surrounded them. If we fall back, they'll escape. We almost have our hands around their necks. We just have to squeeze them. At the same time, Okonogi received another radio call. Using that line meant his caller didn't want Takano to hear the conversation. Okonogi understood the meaning of that, so he walked away from Takano and answered quietly. Command vehicle to Phoenix 1. There's been an emergency. The research area of the clinic has been attacked. We received the intruder alarm from the entrance area, but it was turned off. But whoever turned it off didn't follow the false alarm procedure. We've been trying to confirm the situation, but there has been no response as of yet. All the security unit members in the basement have gone quiet. Okonogi actually has a pretty nice laugh. Okonogi understood everything. He had been fooled. He suspected a diversion, but he never even thought that the heavily armed security unit of the mountain dogs could be bested. If the enemies were soldiers in camouflage, then he wouldn't have been fooled. He underestimated them because he thought they were kids. But now he really understood. He understood the reason why no adults had showed up in this battle on the mountain. I get it. Did you let Kuku and Tokyo know? Not yet. Would you like me to? Do it now. Tomitake has escaped. They've closed the escape route, but I guess that's no use. They defeated even the armed security unit within seconds. I don't think one RPG could stop them. I hate to say it, but I do like Okonogi. I don't know if I would say I like him. He's kind of an asshole, not gonna lie to you. But he makes for a good asshole. He's a well-written asshole, let's put it that way. Should we send reinforcements to the blockade team? Fool, if we had any extra men, the princess would have already sent them in. Actually, you're the only one who isn't doing anything. Get in touch with the blockade team. He's having fun with it, kind of. He's enjoying himself, definitely. Tell them to be prepared for a vehicle trying to break through the roadblock. Roger. Okay, I'm gonna be real here. I have no idea how much longer this one chapter is going to be. But I'm gonna have to stop here. We still haven't finished chapter 10. It's been last stream and this stream, and it's still not over. This is so long. I don't know how much longer it's gonna be. Honestly, knowing Ryukishi, it's gonna be at least 2 more streams of just chapter 10. So I'm gonna have to end for today. I'm sorry. I wish I could keep going, but it's unclear how long it's gonna take. I'm sorry. Next time. Takano having the worst day imaginable, Okonogi laughing. I think he's like despair laughing, you know? I think he isn't having too much fun. What a journey. It's been quite something. Let me see. Who can we raid today? You know what? I haven't been able to raid Ruzo in a long time. Because Ruzo was gone for a bit. And then whenever I want to raid him, I don't scroll down in the list, like down enough in the list to be able to see his name. So now we're raiding Ruzo. He's playing, what is he playing? Is he playing Kaizo maps? I'm not sure. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to see. It looks interesting. I don't know if he's doing Kaizo or if he's playing just a Super Mario World hack. Something like that. But yeah, it was really fun. I look forward to Friday. This is getting really good. I had a lot of funny moments this stream. It was really, really good. Thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you, Trace. Thank you, Rebel. Thank you, Blood. Thank you, Luna. Thank you, Urom. Thank you, Taikai. Thank you, Fita. Thank you, Austin. And everyone who lurked, thank you. I will be back on Friday. More Higurashi, as per usual. And take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.